I be flying like a falcon. All white like a.
Yeah. Man, salute, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. You dig, man. Top of the night. We'll run it up. Free Max B. Max B free. We got LeBron James returning back to the NBA. We got LeBron James returning back to the NBA. Big U Son update. Big U Son update. We also got the Chicago mother who was viciously attacked by a mob of kids walking their kids home from school. Very out of line, very out of pocket. We're gonna dive deep into it. A lot of what's going on today. All right, let's get into it though, man. Max B. Let's talk about LeBron first. Let's go to LeBron return. Let's get to LeBron return. The Max B situation might take on it. Let's go to the arena. Let's go to the arena. Subscribe to the arena. LeBron James is coming back to take it. Let's see. All right, here we go. The arena, LeBron James is still doing the unthinkable.
Oh, LeBron.
Like
Man,
I'm
yeah,
still confused on how
yeah.
it's like. I'm saying what people were feeling out there, and now LeBron's going. No, it was just. How did LeBron look in his year 23 debut? Okay, when you add 23 year, then obviously it's an A plus 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 because we've seen what the rest of the field looked like at 22, 21 season, 20th season. So it was just great to see how much attention that he still commands. I mean, I don't know if it was the second play, like he basically had a triple team. And the fact that that's what's still happening today makes it even easier for, some of the shooters that we have on the roster. So with him, Luka, and AR demanding that much attention, I mean, his plays has to go up, right? Marcus Smart on his side, hitting those open shots. Rui doing whatever that shit he does that he learned in Japan. Right? I don't. Like I'm just saying, like it's very outdated basketball. Like some of his post moves is like from the '80s, right? It looks like he has no American training.
Turn around and
Like just turn around, just like it's real.
Ain't no fake.
It's like real. Just like cool, you do what you do. But the fact that he's still getting triple teamed just opens up the game so much more. So to see like that second half, I mean the first half was rough because he's trying to fit in, everybody's still trying to play their game. But in the second half, it looked like well-oiled machine. Chip City, 2026 is right on schedule.
Kenny, current Lakers fan, adjacent.
I didn't have to throw that in, Kenny. You know what?
What happened?
Let me just take off the Chip City in the 2026 until after he does this thing.
Kenny, Lakers fan adjacent, hoping to bring you over to this side at some point.
You know it's only one way that's going to happen.
I've been making calls. I've been working my back.
One way that's going to ever happen. So
Also sent some tape of cash. I know he's
talking about, hey,
only in second grade, but just to get their mind prepared.
Yeah, that's in the future.
But in all sincerity, obviously, Lakers 140 points, season high. Bron coming back. Said, we talked about it on the show yesterday, how he said he could fit in with any team in the world and play his role. Seemed to do a good job of that in this game.
People act like this is a new team. Like, no, man. Like, if he wanted to come out early and be aggressive offensively and take shots, he would have. He's a smart basketball player, man. He ain't played this long. Physically and his mental game has always been above most people. So he understands where he can get his spots. He understands how to fit in. Like Gil's point he made yesterday, like he's played on the Olympic team, so being in that surrounding where you had to dumb your game down, but then turn it on when they need you, he's able to do that. So yesterday wasn't a surprise him to come out and be the facilitator that he was. Have double-digit assists in the first game, and just let the offense come. Just let his scoring come, rather.
Salute shout to everybody tuning in there. As you can see, LeBron James get positive criticism on his return back. I believe he had 11 points, 12 assists, and so on and so on. LeBron James, by far, individually, the greatest player, played the game of basketball. Not even a debate. Subscribe to The Arena. This is The Arena. LeBron James is still doing the unthinkable.
Still being like, it's a misconception when people tell you to be aggressive offensive, they think you have to shoot it every time, right? You can be aggressive to be a playmaker. And I think him being aggressive to be a playmaker, getting to his spots, the choosing to pass in those spots with guys cutting and open looks and things like that. Yeah, so he getting his spot still. So he was being aggressive, but he's being aggressive to be a playmaker and not a scorer. Yeah. The scoring to come, right? Because like Gil said, they playing Utah, they dumb. They got the triple team to man this first game back. Like they stupid. So he picked the right game to come back, like I said yesterday. Right? He picked the right game to come back. He wasn't gonna come back against OKC or nobody like that. That'd be Houston and no shit like that. Like, nah, that's not smart. Right? You coming back against a lesser team that gave up 140 points. Shit.
So played the Jazz Tuesday, also played the Jazz again on Sunday. Bron could have came back for that game. I'm sure he wanted to get his lungs acclimated before he has to go to the musty Salt Lake City air and play a game on the road.
Absolutely.
But Swag, you're looking at that. Bron, 7 field goal attempts, 30 minutes. Like Kenyon said, was out there looking for his teammates.
Man.
6 dimes in the fourth quarter in like a 3-minute stretch of the game.
The game is slowing down. It's not slowing down now, but you could tell when you're older, the game comes easier, you see things easier, slows down, you know more than the rest of the players out there, you know where to find your spots. You're having more fun because each game, you're coming closer to the end. I know Aiden enjoyed it. Everything he passed to Aiden was, I don't think he had any of them passes so far, and it's beautiful, man. But can LeBron he can still make an All-Star team averaging like 15, right? 15 and 8. He'll get voted in.
Well, it's LeBron James.
I'm about to say. If he keep playing like this, he'll play
James.
3 more years.
They don't put him on an All-Star game in Los Angeles, trust me.
You're going to have 3 years.
Life will find a
It'll
way.
be a down year for the All-Star game again.
3 people? Getting 3?
Two.
What the fuck is you talking about?
All 3?
If we number
No.
1 or 2, they'll throw Austin in there, but
Yeah.
it's 2, guaranteed.
Guaranteed 2. With or without him is 2, but with 2.
Still true.
I mean, this is his best year to make it
Yeah.
because it's in LA.
Who? Also,
Him and Daddy.
Yeah, Papa
Some billboards up
Yeah,
there right at
that's-
All-Star
yeah.
weekend and force people to look up there like, yeah, you know what, Austin, yeah. Yeah, let's get him.
I feel like
All right, the All-Star game going to be in L.A. At the All-Star game in L.A., you know, LeBron James, year 23. Last year he was second all-team, so that's still you know, top ranking in the league. Anytime you're an all-team player, you know, it's not even funny how talented and the greatness of the game of basketball this guy is. The fact that people trying to sabotage his career and legacy and name, you know, with just, you know, pure hate without appreciating that you'll never see this again, you know, never see this again. I have, you know, the blessing to see this several times, you know, close up, you know, whether it be courtside, you know, or a few rows back, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, on TV, man, LeBron James, undeniably, you know, the greatest when it comes to that basketball. Subscribe to the arena. This is the arena. Subscribe to the arena. LeBron James is still doing the unthinkable.
no problem getting the fan vote. Obviously, it is what it is with that other 50% coming from elsewhere, but we know Luka's in. You think LeBron pretty much good to go good? What do you think about LeBron? Only 7 field goal attempts, serving as a role
He was
facilitator.
Bronny James for a little bit. I had to ask the question that, you know, like, because he subbed in for Bronny, did he take Bronny Powers? And if that's the case, can you put Bronny in to see if he was going to do what his daddy do? But he turned it on in the second half.
Man, you gotta let the game come to you, man.
No, you don't. You don't have
At
to.
that age, yeah. You gotta run up and down a couple times. Can't
don't
just
have
jump
to.
in.
You don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
It's smart for you to do.
It's
but-
smart for you.
Smart basketball
You don't shoot
players.
the
You know,
team
it's just-
Yeah, we look at him as a smart basketball player. So, no,
You know how we.
He ain't doing what I did.
miss 14 games, come out that motherfucker first 3, 4, 5 possessions.
Bring it over here. Bring it over here.
Shoot myself in rhythm.
Younger,
Hey,
yeah, but I'm
hey.
talking about at this age, you gotta take your time at this age.
You know the narratives that is really bad that people really stick to. They do it with USA Basketball when they're picking their team, right? They always ask that question. We're gonna pick guys that fits our team,
Yeah.
right? So they're just, we don't know if he'll fit in. Like you know, like all the basketball players that's in the league, they've played basketball, elementary, middle school, different AAU teams, college. They've been on all types of teams with all type of players, and they had to fit in at some point. They had to adjust their game. So the fact that you're that naive to say, I'm not gonna put these guys together because they're not gonna fit. You put those guys together, they're gonna see what each other does well, and they're gonna figure it out. And that's what happens here. Like, these are NBA, these are the elite of the elite. Like, you really have to be stubborn not to want to
Yes.
figure it out.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. I'm too stubborn. Like, I know he can do this, but I'm set in my ways. That's that personality. That's rare in the NBA. You come across it, but it's rare. Most players, you put an all-star team together, they figure it out. They know it. I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good
If they're
at.
trying to win.
Yeah, they're trying. Yeah.
If they're trying to win, they're going to figure it out. Like, it's no
You
point.
gotta
But
be-
it's the Lakers, it's Hollywood.
to
We
be
talked
like
about in the offseason, obviously Luka getting his extension, and how Brown was feeling coming into year 23. Pelinka saying, you know, he hopes that he can stay with the Lakers. That'd be a positive story for being more or less non-committal. LeBron opted into the final year of his deal for the first time in his career. So naturally, there was going to be some discussion about how he was going to be able to acclimate and fit in with his team. They had 14 games without him. I was 10-4 at that point before he came back last night. And it seems like, hey, I'm just going to fall in line, at least from what we've seen for this first game sample size, and do what I can to help the team win.
Oh, LeBron.
Like,
Man,
I'm still confused on how it's like.
I'm saying what people were feeling out there, and then LeBron's going to come in here and mess up the chemistry.
That's why I mentioned, I said, this is not the Olympic team, right? Where there's a Kevin Durant, there's a Curry, right? There's an Embiid, there's a Booker, right? It's not that team. He's coming back to his own team that he's been here forever. It's that team. He's coming back to his own team. Billboards everywhere that got the champion. That's his team.
And you gotta.
Yeah, there's a new guy here, but it's still his team while he's there. If worst case scenario, he is second option.
Yeah.
Worst case. Yeah. Worst case.
And at this age, I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind being the second option to a guy that's doing what Luka is doing, right? Consistently. Before he got here and now, that's not a bad. That's soon to be 41 years old. It's not a bad thing to be.
But you guys have been on a team before. You've never dealt with that kind of dynamic of two stars kind of vying for. I'm just saying.
What do you mean, Tony?
Yeah. You know, but and not to say obviously it's gonna be like that. Obviously, Luka has a very high praise for LeBron. Says his favorite player of all time. But
they have high praise for one another too. But each one of them motherfuckers trying to average 27. So and that's just what it is. Like, and they did it, but it's at the end of the games, it's like
in things like that. Who had to sacrifice? What players?
Oh shit,
Chauncey. Right.
Well, Chauncey wasn't there.
That was
Melo. They traded Chuck for it.
Right.
Chauncey. Oh, we'd had Chauncey and Chuck together. Oh, we winning it.
Yeah. Because it's never like the shooters. They take a couple of shots, but there's always someone that you don't see or you don't give praise to who takes a backseat to make it all happen, and that person goes unnoticed. That's why I was trying to figure out what third or fourth option that's like, all right, look, goddamn, let me get it from you to swing it here. Like, we know that's the Draymond Green on Golden State, but every team, if there's two main stars, there's always some bridge guy that goes unnoticed because the stats don't say, but he's the one to get it from A, and we hit here, okay, back door, okay, hey, I can see you getting attitude over here. Let me do the pick and roll bounce. Instead of me dunking this, let me go ahead, throw it to you, get your little shot. There's always a person like that on the team, so.
Well, who's going to be that bridge guy on this Lakers squad? So you just look last night, one game sample size. Brown took 7 shots. Luka took his 22 shots. Austin Reeves took 11 shots, but was 11 or 12 from the free throw line, so he was still being aggressive despite the low field goal attempt. 8 and 13
last night.
It works, huh?
Like that.
It was LeBron last night. Yeah, so also, Austin Reeves a little bit, but you have Marcus Smarts. You have bridge guys on that team that are sacrificed for everybody.
To help make up the difference.
That's why I feel like the Lakers might have a chance.
I'm like 8.
Yeah, so far so good, man. People seeing, the facts and not trying to be political with this. LeBron James came back, contributed a hell of a lot to the team. I think that was one of their highest scores in recent years. I think they had like 140 points or something like that. So we're not gonna sit here and deny this guy as if he's not a importance or he's not a major factor. The IQ, the intensity, the willpower, the level that he plays. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. The level he plays. that series. Scrap to the arena.
Man, I just want to see him against Jokic. That's all. That's all I want to see. Like, listen, he might have a triple. No. He gonna get his ass burped. He gonna get burped, pampered, and
Just like everybody else, though.
We're gonna change the pamper, burp, and put him to sleep. I just want to make sure he don't like
What?
Disappear.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Get frustrated.
You know, like
Just
as
take
long
the
as
ass
he's like
whooping.
battling,
Yeah,
we have a chance. Just take your ass.
Take the ass whooping. You
Don't do the
get
Nick.
What you mean?
Don't get hit in the head and it didn't hurt. They start looking around like,
Right, you know what Gil's referring to.
Either way, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did
As
that
long as you
happen?
don't nick it. You know, we good. We have a chance.
Disrespecting me a lot.
Well, you better not. Well, you better not do what counterparts across the town tried to do. Tell you that shit right now. Go out there and play that man one-on-one. I bet they won't do that shit again.
Get the 55 piece.
Hey, oh yeah, we're gonna play him one-on-one. Now you better, like the first game that JJ got the job, y'all better throw on him.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton gonna need some help.
You know what
I
I've
can tell you
learned?
that shit.
You know what I've learned through
It's gotta be aggressive with
who?
Joker.
Okay, be aggressive. Okay.
Dude, and with
Double nickel.
You gotta get under their skin.
Double nickel. You think you can get under that man's skin?
You know, the nigga who gonna speak English?
Yeah, you think he's gonna bother him? You think he's gonna bother him?
Lakers did it before.
If you
back in
don't
the day.
physically,
Back in
to
the
who?
day, before.
I'm just
Did it
saying,
to who?
He was still the same.
Did it to who?
No. Say it.
This was a
Say the
different.
name.
This was a different Joker.
Say the name.
Did it to who?
No. Say it.
You know what?
So we know what happened after that. When everybody did that narrative and said he got stopped by
didn't
Dwight
say he got
Howard.
stopped.
He got shut down by Dwight Howard.
He did.
Right, in 2020.
Who did?
It is 2025.
Who did?
Right? Think about it. It's 2025.
Y'all had
In
White
those
House,
5
JaVale
years,
McGee,
what did
and
you do?
motherfucking Anthony Davis. So
Nobody
don't start
does
that
that.
shit.
But when we put Dwight in,
No, what I'm saying is,
No, Dwight's a four-time defensive player of the year. He should play well. Good defense against Nicola.
during a global pandemic,
that Dwight Howard match, right, where Dwight Howard was doing all he was doing. You got to remember who Dwight was, right? You're talking about a defensive stopper.
But
That was
at that time, he wasn't.
2022.
He was in and out the NBA though.
2020, right? Was that? That man won 3 MVPs since then and
no more
2
Dwight Howard.
runner-ups.
Ain't no more Dwight Howard than
What I'm saying is, since
He
that
going against
time,
Gobert
in the
and
next
fucking-
5 years, he won
Hold
3
on. Hold on. He going against who? Who you just say?
Gobert.
How many defensive player of the year he got? 4. So what are you saying?
He's skinny as fuck.
But it don't matter. He got 4 defensive player of the year. He's supposed to be the defensive player
Who's
stopper.
gonna play? But he's not playing hard though.
Who ain't playing
He's not playing tough.
I get what you're
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. Nobody's playing tough.
That
on him.
matchup pissed him off so much. In the next 5 years, it's 3 MVPs and 2 runner-ups.
That
He could have had 5 MVPs in 5 years.
Should have 4.
Nobody's getting
He
it.
should at least have 4 MVPs.
No,
That's
should
how
have
pissed
4.
off he was about that series.
No.
That's what he's done since he got stopped.
Nobody's getting into it.
What I'm saying is,
And
that's
it
what
just
he
wasn't
did.
Dwight neither though. Y'all had Dwight, JaVale, and Anthony Davis.
And Anthony.
Y'all had motherfucking 3 Hall of Fame bigs, well not Hall of Fame, 2 Hall of Fame bigs
Hall of
and
Fame.
another shot blocker.
But nobody.
Anthony Davis, as you know,
Very active shot blocking JaVale McGee.
And usually they had JaVale or
On the
they had
weak
Dwight
side.
and AD at the same time.
And you got and then you put AD on him and let the other dude weak
Dwight
side.
name him.
So it's
now what else bigs?
it's like when we used to do me and Marcus Camby, goddammit. Yeah, I got him, MC. Guess what? Come clean this shit up.
Yeah, they pulled that. That yours, Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, clean
You
it
got
up.
Ben Wallace, Rasheed
Cheat
Wallace,
on
and then
it.
you got Tayshaun
Thank
Prince
you.
back there doing what he's doing.
So who's doing that now?
Ain't nobody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Get it?
But you act like Rudy don't have a defense player. Yeah, he's supposed to be defense slap in this league.
But he's not built like Dwight Howard.
But Dwight was. We all knew what Dwight was made of. Like there ain't no secret.
But that's what I'm saying. He
So if Dwight, if he would have got the best of Dwight,
get into
if he
you.
would have got the best of Dwight, then it would have been.
You better watch your mouth.
Who?
He's French.
Yeah.
that's why we embrace all countries here in Gills. We represent them
But
underdog.
they're nice people. That's what I'm saying. They're
They're
very
too friendly.
polite, Yeah.
Okay. We.
Yeah.
He wanna,
But Nicola
get him
is.
taking
Yeah.
shit down there.
Him.
Crunkets. Is it crunkets?
Crumpets.
Man, look, I mean, sometimes when somebody
I like
got
crumpets better.
red in their eyes, there ain't really much you can do about it, okay? He got beat
but
up.
I'm saying,
He got beat up in the playoffs. I don't give a fuck. You bring Dwight. You can bring Dwight back all you want right now. I guarantee you, he will go out there and say, "Hey, this ain't about no win."
Yeah.
I'm 70.
Yes.
I'm going for
Thank
70.
you. Thank
This ain't about no win.
Go for
70.
Kill me all day.
70.
Oh, he will.
Man, people are soft, bro. They let him bring the ball up, do whatever he want. He stand there, do this shit in front
They
of
don't let him do it.
I feel like they're trying to stop him. They're
doing this shit by the ball, just ball in your face. He like this.
Nick,
Kicking people off, man. That shit
Nick, you been in
soft.
that locker room before. You been like, hey, when they go on that motherfucking board and they write that shit up on the board, right? I guarantee the first like 7 things that they put up that motherfucker has something to do with number 15.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be, but I'm just saying, people, they ain't gonna get into them. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they tell.
Frank White, salute, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now. We watching The Arena. This is a review on The Arena. Subscribe to The Arena. LeBron James still doing the unthinkable. LeBron James returned back to the Lakers after the sciatica injury. LeBron, 23rd year. 23rd year, the longest active player to ever play the game of NBA. 23 years straight. 23 years straight. Countless amount of All-Star games, countless amount of MVP, countless amount of rings, countless amount of rankings. Number 1. I believe right now he's going for the assist. He's going for number 2 on the assist. He's going for number 2 on the assist. I think John Stockton's number 1, 17,000+ assists. Unreal. That goes to show you the effect of Karl Malone. If you look at Karl Malone, that's how he's so high on the point scoring ranking, because he had John Stockton. And that's how John Stockton made it to number 1 on the assist. That's how John Stockton made it to number 1 on the assist through Karl Malone, the mailman. Yeah.
Do that as well. Hey, listen, hey, be physical with him, do all that shit, cut him, do. I'm pretty sure they saying all that shit to them.
well, you tell him go bird to do that.
Run him, do all that. I guess what? Yeah.
Could you hit him in the back? Hey,
Guess what?
You try everything.
Them motherfuckers out there shooting that bitch the other day when none of that shit touching the net. I mean the rim. Motherfuckers out there bitch layups off the glass. None of that shit hit no rim.
I mean, some crazy stat, like anytime Joker has a ball in his hands, the percentage of the team scoring is something like absurd right now. Where
Every scouting report I was a part of, that we played against a guy like this that can do a little bit of both, and we said, you know what? We just gonna make them a score. They gonna have to score 50 to beat us.
Yeah.
and
Every single one of them.
here's 55.
Every single one of them did.
Lost.
Like it's one of those things where you try to outsmart the other person.
Yeah.
And you really be like, all right, we're gonna play a man-to-man, and we're gonna stay home on everybody else.
32 and 15. That's still 15 assists. Like,
Not one help, you're not gonna die. Like yeah.
Well,
I love when they do that because it's usually never my guy. So I done got to help on AI or code. Trust me, I won't.
yeah.
well, let's shift back to the Lakers and to your point about them just going one-on-one versus Joker. LeBron didn't have that experience. Even at 41 years old, LeBron showed his impact on the floor and the defensive attention he still commands. So let's take a look at this photo from the game right here.
He done.
LeBron was subject of double and triple teams during the game, including this moment, with 2 of the 3 players in this triple team weren't even alive when LeBron's NBA career started.
Your whole back turn.
I mean, just
I know.
Everybody back turn. Not even looking at
so we touched on this a little bit, but
Where
how,
is the 5th
Look at him.
is what I
The
want.
4th nigga.
Denying Luka probably.
With his back to him.
Yeah, denying
You
Luka.
seen the dude at the free throw?
But I'm saying the 5th one out there denying Luka with the
his
LeBron
back. Oh,
back.
yeah.
LeBron back is to him.
Austin Reeves guy is the one that's helping.
so you already have playmakers in Luka and Austin Reeves. Now you add a third one with LeBron out there on the court. But how much does having LeBron on the floor create scoring opportunities for his teammates?
Just LeBron by himself.
There were stretches where it was just LeBron with Luka sitting. There were stretches where they were on the court together.
He averaged 7.5 for his career.
That's
Yeah.
So we round up.
That's impressive.
Cool. So that says everything.
Nobody else could do that.
Nothing new.
That right
He's
there.
a willing passer that can score. He wants to pass the ball first. He's a scorer. He can score. It's not nothing new. When all said and done, he's going to be second all time in assists, man. So he's a willing passer.
It's hard not to put LeBron James
First in scoring, second in assists, all time.
Hard
He's
not
a
to
willing
put-
passer, man. So
He's played 23 years.
It's
right?
hard, bro.
Year one is the only. I know year one he lost because Jeff McGinnis got put on the team, right? Leading the team in assists. But I'm pretty sure it was at least 19 straight.
yeah, he averaged 5 that year, I think. Shit.
Yeah, 5.9.
6,
But Jeff McGinnis got traded there.
Got you. Jeff
which
was the
had a
point
higher.
guard. It took,
Yeah, so it took it from him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only people who would have threatened, like, beating him would have been, like, one of Westbrook years and then Luka last year. Other than that, at least 20 of his 23 years, he led the team in assists.
Yeah. So
You got that on the team. Then you have a Luka on the team, right? So if these guys don't look like Utah look,
yeah.
where I don't care what the color of your skin is, you should be just a dead, flat-out shooter. You shouldn't want to do nothing else because it's easy. These guys are gonna.
Yeah, the game of basketball has definitely changed. Steph Curry's revolutionized basketball to where it's more of a shooting contest. So many people now working on the shooting game instead of the post up, mid, range and everything like that. They working on the 3-point and beyond. Not only is it 3 points, it's also it's a sight to see. If it goes in. If you look at the way the game once was played and to the way it's played right now, you will see a complete 360. You'll see a complete 360, but several times though, because before the dunk they were shooting, they just shot differently. They shot, they call it grandma style, where you shoot from between your legs and up and things like that. The shots were a lot weirder originally. We gotta go back and look at some NBA history one day, man, and see these never before used shots, because the game has changed several times. The game has changed several times. NBA and the game of basketball is not what it started, but then again, you start to see traits of the old ways.
To command all this attention, all you have to do every day, take 300 shots, and you will be a gold mine.
They're 20 assists every night between the two of them, easily every night. 20 or more, 20 plus assists every single night. So if you're doing that, to win in this league, we know the ball has to move, man. Guys got to make shots, of course, but the ball needs to move. And if you're averaging 28, 29, 30 assists, like your chances of winning and winning a lot of games increases. The Golden State years, when they were at their peak, they were averaging 29 assists a night. The ball has to move. Guys got to make shots, of course, but when you have two willing passes like you have in Luka and LeBron, and you have a playmaker in Austin Reeves, that helps. You add another guy in Marcus Smart that's a willing passer who's a playmaker. So it's contagious. Making your teammates look good is a great thing, man. So I can see a lot of that coming forward with this team. But having Luka and LeBron out there, man, that's like I said, it's 20 plus assists every night.
Sure, back doors, shooting corner threes.
You would love to see
I
it.
would love that.
Yeah.
Looking at LeBron last night, man, to be a Jordan, Kobe fan, it's hard not to put LeBron as the greatest player ever. After what he did, it's hard. Like,
Why is that harsh, Wagon?
no, for people, because they can't accept that. But
what?
looking at this, LeBron James is the greatest player to play this game. I'm sorry. All the Jordan fans, all you, me, Kobe fan, I'm biased because I'm a Kobe fan, but LeBron James is the best player to play this game.
Be careful, Swagger. They're gonna call you a LeGlazer. Just letting you know.
And see that you got to respect the honesty and the truth here. It's not even a debate. The fact that they allow these false narratives and commentaries to say this type of crap, man, like, Jordan this, Jordan that, man, that shit is so fucking sickening. If y'all knew the truth, so sickening, man, so sickening. Michael Jordan has been leeching off of LeBron James since LeBron James came in the league. Whether it be to sell his shoes or whatever kind of, merchandise and accessories he may have, Michael Jordan has been leeching off of LeBron. LeBron dominated Michael Jordan at 17 years old at one of his locations at his pickup games or whatever. And it was grown men. It wasn't no kid play or nothing like that. When LeBron James came in, Michael Jordan retired. So this is not a game or some type of joke or nothing like that. Michael Jordan retired when LeBron James came in. Not that he didn't have no more in the tank, it's because Kobe Bryant was already punking him. Kobe Bryant, people don't remember this, Kobe Bryant was told to stand down, let Michael Jordan have his moment at the All-Star game. Kobe Bryant said, no way. Kobe Bryant said, no way. So Michael Jordan didn't take the risk of being humiliated like that again. He didn't take the risk of it because he knows. He knew LeBron was coming. He knew this. Nick Young, man, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad everybody can say the truth. Nothing wrong with telling the truth. We got to stop these lies.
Who gave him boy that one? Y'all gonna clip this. Y'all clip it just to have it in there, just archive. I know who you are. I know. But you know what's so funny?
It's you can't.
Sometimes the problem is you can be. I can have my favorite players and still recognize.
Yeah.
Great. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like our favorite player got to go out like this. Right, he got hurt, Achilles went down, started getting injured at the end, so he didn't get to live to do this in his career. Right, he got hurt at the end, had to retire early. Right, our last memory, we gonna call it the greatest last game of somebody's career. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think people like if you say it out loud, people who don't like him get mad, but they can't say that their best player looked like this at the end of his career. Right? They can't say their best player started off at this age at the beginning of his career. Even if you're a Jordan fan, right? You talking about, he was 22 when he did this. He was 22 when he came into the league, right? Not 18 averaging 20.
Oh.
So there's things like, but at the end of the day, they all bring some type of greatness that you can't mimic. You can fight for, you can, but it's still part of greatness.
So people make the argument. So I was in Dallas over the weekend. Tell my mom happy birthday. My mom's birthday was Sunday, so I was in Dallas seeing my mom. Right. Stopped at the store, the barbershop that was next to the store. Of course, people recognize they come out. Now people want to have this conversation, barbershop conversation. So first question: who you got, LeBron or Jordan? Right. It's that, right? And I say who my favorite basketball player is, and they like, oh, how you? Like, look, so you like the other guy, right? So cool, right? Your guy is great. Taking nothing off your guy's plate. People try to make the argument to change the other person's mind. Like, no, like we've seen it. Like we saw greatness happen. We were a part of it. So for us to have a favorite, the other guy to have a favorite, everybody has their person, but to try to shit on the next person's guy because he's not your guy, like, you're not gonna change that person's opinion.
Yes.
I don't know how long you argue for, you can bring out every bad stat that you can find for this person. He beat his wife. He cheated on all the kids, kicked the dog. Motherfucker didn't pay his taxes. Who gives a fuck? Right?
I'm saying serious, bro.
Right.
Not gonna change my mind.
I ain't gonna change my mind about this person, right? So
He didn't pay his taxes.
yeah, whatever. But
No,
you can
he
love.
gotta go.
You can love that person is his person, right? So appreciate your guy, appreciate his greatness, but the other person is great as well, man. The things that LeBron is doing, like to Gil's point, no one has ever done. We've never seen this. Yeah. So there's nothing to compare it to.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? There's nothing to compare LeBron James to at all. We ain't seen it.
Right.
So to question his greatness at any time, people just haters.
Yeah.
Like, people are just flat out haters. You just gonna try to pick the negative, the finals thing, you switch teams and all. Cool. He was great when he switched teams. He was great when he lost in the finals. He should have won finals MVP when they lost. So don't even though in those moments, his greatness is still great. So just because the other guy didn't lose in the final, he had his downfall early in his career. If you want to nitpick at shit and things that he didn't do, so the guy is your guy. Your person is your person. So you're not gonna change the other person's opinion on who they like, man.
For real, that's like when you said OJ was your favorite person. And I was trying to...
OJ Mayo? Yeah, I did like OJ Mayo.
No, OJ. And I was like, dog.
OJ Mayo, I love OJ
Like,
Mayo.
Orenthal James Simpson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he loves him.
Who? The juice?
Yes.
I like orange juice.
My dog.
Yeah, that's just like
I do
somebody
listen
coming
to
to like, so if you got a significant other, right, and somebody else was with her before, and you like, hey, dog, she didn't do all these things for me, or why you with her, why you like her, like, what the fuck that got to do with my situation, nigga? Like, just because she didn't do that shit for you, like, that don't, like, we good over here. That because she didn't clean up after, like, she didn't do the laundry over there, nigga. Like, no, I got to wash in the dryer, nigga. She didn't have to go to the laundromat. Like, I made it in, like, it's like,
Yeah.
You know, they kept it real on this one, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I respect about Gil Arena's show. It's not Nike ran or nothing like that where they gotta, you know, just force this Michael Jordan bullshit. You know, Michael Jordan was cool in his day and things like that, but you can't compare him to these new dudes, man. It's not even funny. There's so many guys that were better than Michael Jordan, but they force you into this brainwashed collusion and delusion to believe that he was just the greatest to ever play, and it's just not true. Sorry. It's just not true. It's a gang of players playing right now better than this dude, man.
Gil?
Gil, do you have a washer and dryer here?
Two and two.
Okay.
Like the laundromat, 2 and 2.
2 and 2. All right, well, before we move on, we got to give some love to DeAndre Ayton.
So you can see, man. It's not a game. Let's go to Swiss culture. Let's check out Lakers practice. LeBron versus Rue all around the world.
A lot of trash talking. I had no part in making the teams. I just feel like the Luka Ty pairing and the Bo Jake pairing were a little unfair. Particularly when, I'm not going to name names, particularly when one of my teammates decided to eat through the majority of the tournament.
Like,
Now, JJ Redick. This guy is a fucking time bomb waiting to happen. Notice how he's speaking against whatever comments about Luka, so on and so on, and his fucking face is so far up Luka's ass is crazy. But he has no problem with the media disrespecting LeBron James. He has no problem with the media disrespecting LeBron James. This is the coach. If I'm not mistaken, LeBron helped him get that position so he could talk down to LeBron. So he could disrespect people. Now, JJ Redick needs an attitude adjustment, no doubt about it. His attitude is 100% trash. It's been trash for quite some time. Let's check him out this year. Let's see how this year goes. But notice he's glazing. Notice he's praising Luka and standing up for Luka. But the disrespect for LeBron that goes out every day is ridiculous. And he's not saying a damn thing about it.
Not like.
Let's describe Swiss cultures.
No, just like he was eating food, watching me and the other teammate I had play. The other team I had play. You can probably figure out who that is. Not the best pickleball player in the world. Love him to death, but just I felt like I woke up this morning. My back just it hurt from carrying to the semifinals.
Yeah.
But no, it was great. And AR, Luka, Jackson even have a little bit of background in racket sports, so it was good to see those guys compete in something else. But it was awesome. The King has his own custom paddles. Didn't know that. Found that out yesterday. So a lot of good stuff.
How is LeBron at pickleball?
That's the same team play. I like it. I can't answer that.
Sure, he took that well. Health-wise, are you guys good for tomorrow?
Yeah, the only thing that popped up, DA has an illness today. The doctor recommended that he stayed away from the team, so he'll meet us on the plane, but he was out of practice, but everybody else good to go.
You had the pickleball tournament, and it's really rare to get this much time in between games. Once the season starts. How do you feel like the group benefited from this week, from the past few days?
Hey, we got through this week without wanting to kill each other.
Just by the pickleball tournament?
Yeah, I mean, no, I think sometimes like I lived it as a player. When you have these stretches when you're competing against each other, it just naturally gets a little chippy. And we've had a couple chippy practices this week, what I view as like a really good thing. And it can also get a little monotonous. And so using yesterday as like individual work in the morning, they had an NBPA awareness meeting for an hour and change. It was a really good opportunity for us to just have some fun together. I'd give yesterday an A. Today's practice was great, so I feel like getting through this week, healthy, and getting through this week where we feel like we got better on some stuff, but also, broke up the monotony a little bit was good.
With the way Utah plays, how does that challenge or stress your defense, especially early on? You guys got to figure it out.
They're gonna get stuff because they're really good at running off-ball action. I used the analogy the other day. It's a little bit like Golden State. If you start making up your own rules, you're gonna give up everything. So we've got to be more disciplined. I thought we were a little more disciplined in the second half, and that was reflected in their shot quality. That was reflected in their point total. We're going to tweak some things in our coverage, our game plan coverage, but overall, it's just being disciplined in our off-ball action. That's the biggest stress point.
What did you like from Adu last night in his first G-League game?
Yeah, he just looked comfortable. I liked his ball pressure. I thought defensively, he was in a stance a lot, which you got guys that are 8 years in that have a hard time getting in the stance. And I think defensive possession for him to do that, in his first extended period, he was really good. The athleticism obviously pops. Thought some of the stampede drives were really good. Just attacking the rim, getting to the foul line. So overall, really pleased with how he played.
You rolled TV Bonnet hat back on for a second, and what do you think this ball will be in this game?
It'll be whatever people decide it is. I'm not going to craft the narrative. I just know him as a human being and a teammate and a brother. And the arc of our relationship is very interesting, from going for a decade plus of quite literally hating each other to feeling like he's a part of my family, and getting to watch him evolve as a player, as a competitor, as a leader in the later stages, particularly after I retired, has been actually really fun for me. It's, I think, rare that you see guys who have accomplished as much as he's accomplished to grow in the ways that he grew, both as a player and a person. And we used to talk about this with the Clippers all the time, like squeezing the juice out of a possession, and he was the master at that. He squeezed the juice out of every possession. And that's like the micro version of him, is just manipulating the game, thinking the game, squeezing the juice out of every possession. He squeezed the juice out of his career. He's done that for over 2 decades, and it's remarkable for a player his size to be able to compete at that level for so long and so consistently. The game will miss him. I'll say that. The game will miss him, and I'm sure we'll have some amazing opportunities in retirement.
Was there an on-court player moment?
Like say LeBron squeezing the juice. Listen, I mean, y'all gotta hear these backhand compliments. You gotta listen to what people are saying. It's a lot of backhand compliments with this. Shit, LeBron is squeezing the juice because JJ couldn't do it. All these people hating on LeBron, wishing he retired. These are people who couldn't live up to what they were supposed to. I've yet to hear any bona fide NBA champion speak on LeBron playing. It's always the ringless. It's always the hater, wisher was guys, things of that nature, man. JJ was a decent player, man. He wasn't all that. So for him to be up here acting as if he was on that type of level, man. If I remember JJ Redick, he shot threes and shit like that. That was his thing. JJ Redick, he was a 3-point dude. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really too much more with his game. He could dribble or whatever. He was, he had a decent dribble, but he was good at threes. The fact that, he's been blessed to be in this position and doing all these backhand compliments is beyond me. LeBron James could play at least 8 more years. Respectfully. LeBron could go at least 8 to 10 more years. I say he's done in 25, but he might do the Kobe tribute for the Lakers and leave 24 years or whatever. But you got to understand, these records and everything like that, He must leave his mark. These are the people who are hating LeBron and saying all this, he's squeezing, all this old bullshit, man. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. These are all people who couldn't do it. JJ, your career was over like 5 years into the league. You the one squeezed the life out of it because you couldn't go nowhere. You wasn't never on no LeBron James type of time. You was nowhere near. I think y'all got drafted around the same time or something like that. That's the only comparison to something like you was in that range of years of drafts around that 03, 04, 05 range or whatever, somewhere in that era. You was around the end or something like that, man. To sit up here and act like you was just, like you just, just turned out to be this amazing baller is crazy. The disrespect towards LeBron James is ridiculous. The fact that you guys are even making these bogus, hypocritical insertions is asinine, and this is poison. It's poisonous. It's poisonous. It's poisonous material. Poisonous material.
In your time with him, that stands out.
My rookie year, I was in a suit, and this is when we hated each other. And he came over during a dead ball. He was in the left corner, and I was behind the bench. And he goes, "Yeah, this is a lot different from college, isn't it, JJ?" And I said, "I fucking hate that guy."
That tracks. Why did he pick you out? ACC.
Yeah.
Okay, but
We had our battles, but no, he. When I was his teammate, the thing that I loved the most was our nonverbal synergy, and it's hard to capture that in like a single play or a single moment. But I always talk about teams feeling like an organism that function together, and when a team is really functioning together, there's connective tissue to that. And I don't think there was a player that I played with that I felt more of a connective tissue than Chris Paul.
JJ, I'm glad you brought up that Chris Paul story. It's like you being a former player, how much do you use that?
Chris Paul, retirement. And that's what he's on right now. He's on the Chris Paul deal. Chris Paul actually was a better player all around than JJ Redick. Like I said, JJ Redick he was a decent guy. He was a decent baller. He's a decent baller, but he wasn't on Chris Paul or LeBron James' time. The disrespect that he allows to go on with LeBron James and the things that come out of his mouth is horrible. And now he's disrespecting Chris Paul. Chris Paul is still playing. Still playing. Made a lot of money. A lot of money. He'll go down as one of the best ringless guards to ever play the business. He's up there with some of the, Chris Paul is a top 15, top 15, top 10 point guard. Might be high up there, but he's there. CP3 can ball, man. Like, he can ball. I got a story about CP3. I got a story about it. Um, Rest in peace, Billy Holmes. But I do got a story about CP3. That'll come up. I got the footage also. Rondo swung, put hands on him. I was at that game, so I got a few stories with CP3. You heard? I was at the LA Laker game. That was the game right there. That was the game all that went down. That was one of the games I was at, though. You know what I'm saying? But that was the game. Go Appalatos, get that all eyes on me. SendaRoni, Sloscru, all eyes on me. Go grab that, you heard? Top shots. What it do?
To your coaching, like with a lot of situations, do you still use that, like some of your stories that you had, and bring that to coaching too as well, knowing how you felt in certain moments with rookies, all the way to vets, to when you were the guy making a lot of money, a ton of money too as well. So I just wanted to ask you about that.
I would say it generally helps with empathy for what each player is going through, because outside of being an all-star and a superstar, I've played every role in this league. I went through every evolution of being a behind the bench guy to a bench guy to a DNP guy to a rotation player to a full-time starter and all that stuff. So I can kind of empathize with all that stuff, and those are typically done more individually. Guys don't want to hear me talk about my career as a part of the team, so I've maybe done that 3 times.
Do you think a lot of former players, especially with the young group, when the older guys talk, I feel like they don't really listen as much, because it's like, oh, you got to show me more so? How do you feel like the difference is when you first came into the league and you see the new group and wave of young talent, how they are receptive to coaching you now in this decade?
I don't necessarily think it's the dynamic is different. There's probably some stereotypes about young players or stereotypes about vets. My experience, and I've been lucky, I've been on a lot of very functional, high-achieving teams. The communication lines have always been really good, and both parties, whether it's coaches, players, young players, old players, everybody's receptive to feedback. And I think a good team, one of the hallmarks is you are open to problem solving. I think that's all part of being a vet. It's part of being a young guy. It's part of being a coach.
What do you think is one of the most underrated parts of maybe Chris Paul's legacy, whether that's on or off the court as a basketball player?
Yeah, again, I hate saying this. I hope he doesn't win an NBA championship, because that would mean the Clippers win an NBA championship and we don't. But to me, he's the ultimate winner. And I have said this. There's a guy that works in the NBA that I've known for almost 20 years now, and we talk about this all the time. There's guys that have won championships that I wouldn't say are winning players, and there's guys that have never won a championship that to me are the ultimate winners, and that's who Chris Paul is. He's the ultimate winner.
Oh man, I was all right. I wasn't prepared for it, but we lost in the semifinals. I was actually with JJ. Me and JJ was on teams. When we lost to Luka and Ty, we should have beat them, but we kind of lost focus. It was late in the day. So we was ready to go home.
So I don't mean to call you out, but you said you were teaming with Dredger?
I was teaming with
Dredger.
Dredger.
Just telling us about how you had a teammate who was kind of...
It wasn't me. It was 3 of us. I ain't gonna mention another one. I'm gonna mention another one. So it wasn't me. I was holding my own. So.
That's your first time playing pickleball?
No, it's not my first time. I don't play. I rather play actual tennis than pickleball. But it's not my first time. I don't play it at all.
Are you as competitive and stuff like that as you are on the basketball
Sure, and that's the problem. So I had to kind of go easy. I'm like, the last thing I need to get out here and do is roll my ankle trying to play pickleball. It's the last thing I need to do. So.
How important is, having those extracurricular activities with your teammates? And you could kind of see that in the last game, how close of a unit you guys are, and how important is having those type of things?
It's huge, man, the camaraderie that we're building. For a lot of us, me, Jake, DeAndre, this is a new team for us. And, we're getting to learn everybody's, tendencies, what they like to do and what they don't like to do.
Marcus Smart. He is this generation's best guard defense player, one of, brother. I'm glad he was able to humble himself, man, and get his mind together, man, and come over here and make a difference with the Lakers and with LeBron and Luka, Reeves, and Aiden, and Brian, Blue, Vanderbilt, all the guys over there, the Viria, whatever, all the new ballers, all the new guys, everybody that's over there with this year's team. This is a pretty good squad. This is actually a decent squad here. Marcus Smart has been going out there showing that he is a great guard, a great defensive guard, and he's been hitting the long range shots. He's getting himself together, and he's just warming up. Like he's not even playing his hardest yet.
And that takes time. And, and we spend a lot of time on the court, but a lot of that is, in the structure where, we got to be, professional, locked in. And you don't really get to, really sense and feel people out. Whereas, when you get to go play pickleball and stuff like that, you get to laugh a little bit more, people let their guards down, open up a little bit more about their life, and you get to learn a lot more about it.
Jake was talking the other day about how your quote about the toughest teams to the rules, especially how that applies to defense. Just kind of how would you kind of sum up what the team's defensive identity has been?
Definitely. I mean, I live by that quote. And I think, we see it every day. When one team comes out and they're more aggressive and everything goes their way, from the way that they get calls to the way that the ball falls, the way that they get loose balls and the shots fall that probably wouldn't fall, and things of that nature. But for us, I think, we have a long way to go, but we like where we're going in the direction that we're heading. I would probably say right now we're at a B-. Kind of let some things slip. We got to clean up a lot of things, but I like the direction we're going. I like the attention to detail we're trying to go in every game with and trying to come out with an outcome of being a great defense.
Multiple big events, LeBron, including the conference finals. What was it like to actually be able to have another teammate for the first time was on Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, we hear it all the time, and everybody knows, his IQ when it comes to things is on another level. So, and I think my IQ is up there with some of these guys too on another level. So to be able to learn and pick his brain and be on the court with him and reading him on the court, it definitely feels different. It feels good actually, to play with another guy who can think the game just as quickly as I can and understands it more than I do. So it's great to have him out there, and I think we all benefit from being out there.
Regarding the defense, Jay just called you kind of the quarterback of the defense, and he said, like, once we get LeBron, then we'll have two quarterbacks. Like, what's kind of that defensive communication, like that defensive synergy like both of you guys, understanding and how?
Great. We're just picking off of one another. Some things that I don't see, he picks up. And whatever he doesn't see, I try to pick up. And we try to keep a voice out there that somebody that this team can hear and lean on. At times we're wrong on that defensive end because we got a lot of talent in this league and it's not easy guarding. So sometimes everybody, myself included, and probably LeBron too, but we all need to have that. So if we can have that voice constant telling us what we need to do, what we need to be, helps us a lot.
Two more. How's your health? Right now, where you were last year all the way, down to this point, and you look really good, and just wanted to ask you how things are progressing with you.
Everything is great. I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I thank God every day that I'm able to wake up and get an opportunity to let my body heal and get back to the last 2 years for me was devastating. Couldn't stay on the court. Things that I couldn't control, injuries, dislocated finger, torn ligaments, stuff that just kind of happens and you just have to deal with it. So, but I'm in a great place right now, and I'm trying to stay that way. The coach coaching staff, the medical staff does a good job, and the training staff making sure that I got everything I need to make sure I can stay in this tip-top shape of health that I'm in now.
Jake talked yesterday about learning to play differently when different guys come back. Like when LeBron comes back and things change. For you, how have you kind of adjusted to the different roles as you get healthier and players come in, Gabe came back also, like your role changes everything. How do you kind of
it's part of it. It's part of it. We have a talented roster.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They got a talented roster, man. I see them going the distance. I can't see that they, I can't see too many problems in the way. I mean, of course, it's just the beginning of the season, so we got to see how everything plays out. Everybody stay healthy and things like that. But Marcus Smart definitely was a major asset to the Lakers.
And I got another quote for y'all. I like to call myself a stormy knight. That's not one thing I do great, but I do everything very well, and I'm very adaptable, and you can put me in any situation. And I think that's what we have to do, and I think Jake has been doing a really good job at that as well. Things are going to change. People come back, people get hurt, people have great games, people have bad games. You have to adjust to whatever the game is calling for.
Thanks, Marcus. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
How's your pickleball game?
It was not the greatest start for us, unfortunately. We were knocked out pretty early, but it was fun to get together with the guys and the staff and have some time with the court.
Have you played pickleball before?
Never. That was my first time.
Any racket sport?
Played tennis when I was a little younger. Dabbled with a little bit of paddle, how we call it. You've heard of this?
I mean,
oh, I've heard of this, right? Yeah. Dabbled a little bit. You ever heard of it? It's like a racquetball, pickleball blend. It's intense. It's a little faster paced.
Never heard of this.
Really?
No,
wow.
Pickleball is like new. It's not new, but it's like new enough to me.
I feel like padel is like the largest, fastest growing sport right now.
Interesting.
Globally, maybe.
Don't
quote me. Don't quote me.
It took over pickleball.
Really? I feel like it's just one thing after another. We find something else entertaining.
How do you feel like those kind of team bonding, like how do you feel like the team benefits from that, especially during a week where you guys are going like 4 or 5 days for like games?
Yeah. I mean, anytime we get everyone in the same room, I think it's beneficial. Whether it's an activity or a conversation, a movie, film, practice, whatever the case may be. Especially when we get off the court, just build some more chemistry, build some more symmetry, and just get to know each other a little bit more.
Okay, I've got to ask you about the vibes. I think there was a moment you and Bron dap up, I think at half court, and then maybe the next possession, Bron finds you in the corner three, everybody stands up. Just speak to that, and then I know there was some dialogue back and forth because I think you did your 3-point celebration, Bron did his, but how has the vibes been amongst the team too as well, and the team camaraderie from the difference from last year to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall the team camaraderie's been great. The vibe are high. I think I mentioned that before, but guys are just enjoying each other, and obviously winning helps with that, and we make a run. And, like I mentioned time and time again, guys have been celebrating each other. So that was a moment we were, I was celebrating his pass, he was celebrating the made three, the bench got involved, we had some fun. It was a good run in that third quarter.
How did you make it physically out of that game when you first came back?
Oh, I feel great. Yeah, I feel great. It was good. They managed my minutes well. The game went well for me. Body's going well.
Gotta ask you about AJ Williams and you, 2 Santa Barbara reps, really cooking up.
AJ Mitchell?
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
You good?
AJ Mitchell, yeah, sorry about that. But you and AJ Mitchell, Santa Barbara coming from there, Big West, a place that doesn't get the credit it deserves in terms of building a product and players. But how do you feel seeing y'all two, really succeed in the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great to see how he's been performing. Obviously he's had a great start to the year. He had a good year last year as well, but obviously he's gotten some more opportunity this year and he's been taking advantage of it. Hopefully he doesn't play that good against us, but I mean, I wish him the best, and obviously he's been playing well, so happy for him.
Gabe, you've been an all-ball guard scoring, in the past. This team has a lot of playmaking already, kind of filled at the top with Luka, LeBron, and AR. How do you still stay in offensive rhythm? You're kind of playing more, off the ball in your units.
I just try to do my job. I try not to worry about rhythm and all that, and just try to go out there and do my job and put my best foot forward for my guys.
You guys had a PA meeting. Were you involved in terms of leading that too with the PA? Since I know you have, your background with the PA now. But how was that?
I chimed in a little bit, but they kind of just they took care of that meeting for the most part. You know, what I mean, it's one of the ones every team has to go through, and we check our boxes and go over some things. But it was always good to see people from the PA and get us in front of them and have some conversations and some dialogue. So it was positive. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's the LeBron review, man. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's, man, excellent player, man. Can play on any team. All right, let's look at the Max B situation. Max B. Goat Max, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, funny. Let's see what we got. Let's go to No Jumper. Let's see. Got a lot of haters out there. Max B was moving the people, man. You know, that wave movement. Get into some Max B topics. Me personally, man, Max B one of the greatest out of New York, man. That motherfucker ain't even funny. Let's go to No Jumper. Max B snitched to come home early. His brother tells wacky talk.
We go off strictly what's on the internet. We go off
and whatever you can dig up.
No, if I got some exclusive shit, I got some exclusive shit.
Yeah. So that's not going by what's on the internet.
I got some more exclusive shit today on what's the dude name? From New York, the rapper dude. Max B.
Why? But everybody has to get taken down. Why Max B?
His brother called me
and said what?
He ratted on him.
Not the wave god.
You want me to play it? He sending me to work.
Sure, why not?
He sending me to work.
Are you familiar with Max B's case from back in the day?
I'm familiar with it now.
I'm pretty sure he sent his brother to go rob a girl. The girl's brother came home, or not brother, but her boyfriend came home while he was in the process of.
No.
They killed him.
It went. It was a chick who met some dudes at a club, went back to the hotel with him.
Right.
Had a little money, they had whatever going on.
She reports it to Max B.
She let it to Max B.
Yeah.
Max B let his brother know, allegedly, Pooh Sims or some shit like that, right? So Pooh and the chick double back.
Right.
She had a key. So when she get there, the key don't work. They gang entry going there. Whatever she said was there, what nothing there but a laptop, $800. Right? They smoke them up. They kill somebody up in there doing a robbery.
Because somebody tries to intervene. Yeah.
Right? Everybody get away. Max B get questioned. He tells him what club that the female works at and what project building she live in. He identifies the chick. They snatch the chick. The chick then identifies Pooh Sims. Right? Max get like 75, 80 years. Pooh get like 100, 125.
Right.
The chick do like 10, 12. She home.
And for people out there, keep this in mind in case you're ever thinking of involving yourself in a murder conspiracy. Max B did not go on the mission. He just provided the information about the target to his brother.
So here it goes. Time goes by, Max get a time to, from like 80 to 20 or something like that.
Yeah, they're chopping it
So
down.
this when it comes to me. So we running it. We see where we got the paperwork because we found the appeal where he gave him the information on the chick. That was a violation. We seen that. But then it was a sealed file, right? I said, so some in this sealed file. They're claiming he got his time knocked down because of the inconsistency of counsel, right? So next thing you know, everybody always asks, Wack, how do you? They call me, right? I get a call from prison. Pooh Sims, who are you? I'm Max B brother. Okay, what's up, man? What you want? He said, man, they was telling me this, what you think I need to do? I said, this is a sealed file there, bro. I said, whatever secret's in that sealed file, only you can get it though, because you're in there, it's your case. This 6 months ago. He called me today. What's your address? What you got? He said, boy, Wacky was right. I said, what you mean? He said, when dude came back, he put everything on me. Said, I did everything. He put everything on me. That's how I got his time knocked down.
Wow.
Right? So he said, I'm sending you the paperwork so you have it. And boom, this just on the way to no jumper.
Wow.
Look, this your bad. Okay, so the new information you about to send me I didn't forget.
Yeah, so this Wack 100. Now, this same information he already had, like months he been talking this shit. So he gets on no jumper, runs it as if it ain't what it is, now it is what it is. He just got it and all this kind of shit, man. You know, playing the game.
Not that nigga name. What's his man name good?
I'm gonna mail it to you. I'm gonna mail it to you, man, and then I'm gonna definitely give you a call, and we definitely gonna figure this out. Cause I gotta call my lawyer real quick before he leaves.
Okay, yeah. So this pull up. So you saying the new information he gave them, they can use against you if you go back on appeal, overturn it. They can use the new information to rebook you.
Yeah, they can use the new information because this is testimony that he gave them when he went back and got resentenced. So you know. This shit crazy, man.
All right, well, send me
for some shit I ain't do. You know I ain't did it, man, and he gonna go lie to these people, man. So I'm gonna definitely shoot you the information.
Send me that new work.
Shoot you the information.
Send it to me, bro.
I got you, so we can.
So they called me.
Wow, what a crazy ending to that
Everybody
story,
calls me. The other day, the Larry Hoover people called me. They called me.
Calling Wack 100 on your own brother, pretty wild. Pretty spicy work right there.
He said in the work, he said, Wack, you was right. So he got the sealed file work. Wow. He says, it says in the paperwork, Max B telling them, could you seal this file? I'm a rapper to hurt my career.
Wow. That's
so when he send the work, he send the work.
I mean, hope that's not true.
These days it's just content.
Doesn't look great, you know.
It's just content.
Damn.
I mean, look, I tell people it's just, after this whole ordeal, because me and 1090, we battling.
What are you guys battling about? Well, free Max B, even if he told.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, man.
Let him out.
Free all the PCs because they deeper than the GPs.
But man,
the GPs need help up in there.
He's not going to have a warm welcome in New York.
The GPs need help.
If all that pans out, he's not going to have a warm welcome when he gets home.
The homie Scando, you know what he told me?
What?
He said, bro, we on the 180. He said it was 140 of them, I guess, on one side. They moved, this is general population. They moved 80 of them out. When they got up the next morning, they brought 80 PCs in and 60 general population in. You know what the 80 PCs told them?
What?
When the doors rack is on. When the doors rack, the 80 PCs took off on the 60 general populations. They rolled the general populations up, sent them to the hole, sent 60 more PCs and flipped the yard. Listen, free the PCs because the general population need help.
What is this story right here? I feel like you just went into a different story.
No, it's just real shit. The dude you saw hit Tory Lanez.
Okay.
PC.
Right. And you didn't like my joke.
Nah, that was horrible. This dude took a picture of Tory Lanez where he got blasted up.
With the blood all over him.
With the blood all over him. And said, this what I look like after I hit my girl on her period. Now, I'm like, bro, what kind of sick, sadistic
You're the only person who even mentioned that post to me. If
Tory
anything,
Lanez my guy.
I should have took it down because nobody laughed at it. Nobody thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious.
Nobody. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
But see, you don't get backlash.
I do.
I think you almost up there with some of these people I've been discovering that don't nobody say nothing about.
So often I will say something, usually about race on here, and I'll think in my head like, oh, that's got to be the one. That's got to be the Twitter thread. And then it just doesn't happen. Like people are so used to me being edgy and offensive that I think it feels pointless for them to call me out. But then meanwhile, when I said something about Jay-Z not having rappers on his level on his projects early in his career, that had the Twitter wolves on me. This like somewhat nuanced opinion about hip hop that I honestly don't give a fuck about at all. That was enough to get them all talking about me. But I feel like I say a lot of things that are like racially charged that should be controversial.
I mean, I got the content when I walked in. You was on the phone. I don't know who you was talking to, but you was like, "All right, my nigga."
No, wrong one. You're thinking of Jin Lee, the white boy.
No, you.
No, not I.
It was you.
Not I.
So you said you never said the N word?
Who in my call log would I have possibly said the N word to? Let's take a look.
Maybe
here.
you was talking to Brick Baby. Y'all do all kind of things.
My wife probably wouldn't want to hear me say the N word. For Extra, definitely wouldn't want to hear me say the N word. Brick Baby,
there you go.
Honestly, he would be very okay with that, but not someone I would say it to. King Pill probably wouldn't care, but you know.
It's a little update, small update. They had an intense argument. I thought that was going to be the episode. You know, they had a real intense. Let's see if I can get it. See where we at. White says Mac B snitched for early release. Subscribe to No Joke.
I'm taking a look at this list of topics. We're definitely going to have to figure out how to get this monitor closer at some point because it is very tiny.
Bigger TV.
Yeah, or just like the TV could be closer. It's very far away. It's not the way. Yeah.
Nah, you need a big one, man, because then you're going to take up the little walking space back there.
Yeah, I mean,
slide it closer.
How do we feel about Max Wack claiming that Max B is a snitch? This is something that he was trying to get me on board with like a year ago on the podcast. I just watched 1090 Jake do a breakdown of it, and from my perspective, it seemed like the only thing that Max B did is that when he was having a conversation with the cops, when they were basically interrogating about his involvement in this murder, that he like mentioned the girl who set the whole thing up, and he mentioned where she strips at, which to me is that's not the same as like really.
Here we go. Adam and Wack get into an insane argument over Max B. No Jumper Clips. Subscribe to No Jumper Clips. Here's my review.
Dun 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 dun. The Grinch. Wack 100 out here spreading holiday gloom, letting everybody know how he feels about him. I watched a 1090 Jake video. I watched a 1090 Jake video about it. And By the end of that video, I was like, okay, what are we even talking
What
about?
did 1090 tell me when I called him the other day on the phone, baby?
Explain what Max
1090
B did
said,
wrong.
Wack, I don't have the paperwork you got. What the do you got? And I read it. He said, I don't have that.
Oh. So that video he made was not up to date.
He's waiting for me to listen. I intentionally haven't reacted to it.
Okay.
I did that months ago. You know, we've been ran that content. They didn't resurface the clips from our show.
The thing that 1090 read on the video he did was basically like, when the cops came to Max B, they were asking him about the girl that gave them the initial intelligence about the guy that was going to get robbed, who ended up getting killed. And that basically Max B stated the name of the girl and where she worked. And from 1090's perception.
And where she worked, right?
Okay.
Okay. 1090
Is that the entirety of? No, that's not it.
So what he didn't have, he said, Wack, but I didn't have that. So I read it to him. Wingate, who was Max B, also argues that the court erroneously failed to find any mitigating factors. Specifically, he argued that his conduct was a result of circumstances unlikely to recur because he would have nothing more to do with Conway. Chick, right?
Okay.
He also argues that he, Wingate, cooperated with law enforcement authorities by helping them locate Conway. Hey, listen, bro, I'm not here to debate with the civilians. I'm not here to debate with those. I have nothing against Max B. I don't know Max B. I've been laying low out of respect to French Montana, just keeping the gangster, because I could have been lit the fire. You bring it up, so we're going to talk about it. When I called 1090 and read him that, he said, Wack, I've never seen that. I don't have that. Go ahead, run it, and then send it to me. I'm going to react accordingly. If I had that, I wouldn't have took that stance. But listen, anytime you cooperate with law enforcement, right?
But so you don't have a record of the actual cooperation. You just have a record of him when doing his appeal stating that he had cooperated.
Here's the thing. When you file an appeal, everything's come out. Shit that you didn't see in the other previous paperwork.
Okay.
Right? So at that point, when he's saying, listen, I cooperated with law enforcement and helped you find the person. She went to jail. She did like 5-10 years, some shit.
Yeah.
Pooh Sims is the guy, his brother, doing the 120, which he's the one that direct me where to go find these things. I got phone call recordings with him. So, you know, he's out. I see my man French with him, you know, so I wasn't in no hurry to trip. My whole thing is he don't mention me. I wasn't going to mention him out of respect to French. We've already ran this content 18 months ago on the 100-sided Clubhouse. So it's nothing new. I've talked about this on our show.
Okay.
Months back, you know. And what I don't like is they say, well, Wax going at New York. Nah, listen, man. If it's an individual, it's that individual. If he happened to be from New York, California, Philadelphia, that's just where he happened to be from. No one individual is the voice of a whole state.
Right.
It's just that ain't what it is. But
I think I don't really see you holding back on anybody who's accused of snitching out here so much.
I don't care. Like, I didn't ran it.
I mean, I have seen you play favorites, but I wouldn't say that you do that most of the time.
I don't play favorites. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
But there's definitely been people who have been accused of shit where you're kind of like,
well, no,
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't. If somebody told me Adam's a snitch, I'm gonna be like, he's not. He's a civilian.
Right. I'm out of the question.
I don't care what you put in front of me. So a lot of these people are trying to pin these things on people that they don't come from that lifestyle. Now that's just me. I don't see it that way.
I'm dying to snitch.
Yeah. So you know, at the end of the day, with teachers on, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. It's just content. You get what I'm saying? But you're not gonna tell me that I can't read.
I mean, it's weird to say like, oh, Wack is.
So as y'all hearing, you know, Wack 100, you know, Ben had this information. 1090 Jake is a known exposer in cases dealing with black entertainers or black, you know, street individuals and things like that. Basically, it was said that, you know, if he had the information Wack had, he would take a different stance. But, you know, you got to look at it like he just said, man. Max B was never at the crime scene, so how do they know he was he was even involved. You know what I'm saying? Who's really talking? You know, it's a lot of questions to be asked here.
Just going at New York. It's like,
everybody.
Why would New York want to protect a rat if that is the case? I'm not saying that it is necessarily. I'm not the person who should be making the judgment of that. But why would you want a whole state / the biggest city in America, the most populated city in America, I guess, to protect somebody who broke the foremost street code at a moment in time where it feels like the streets are less important than they've ever been in hip hop?
And my thing is this: I don't even care about the individual. My message be to the kids and youth, because a lot of them listen to these people lyrics and they follow them. They like, yo, he's this, he that. I want to be just like him. No, he's a rat. He's lying to you. Everything he's telling you to do, he didn't stand up to. Go the other way. Go to the military. Go to school, trade school. Go do something different. It ain't even about them. I care less about them.
You ever listen to Max B?
I don't know nothing about him. I ain't never heard his music. He's 47 years old. Times have changed. I do know he wasn't shit. He wasn't mainstream before he left. So
He had some big songs though.
He was bullshit. Big How.
Bomb. I know it's a Jim Jones song, but he was like the person writing all this shit.
Is he got credit? Is his credits?
I'm not 100% sure, but
If his
yeah, I
credits
mean, he
on
never
that,
made
I'm
it to like a super crazy mainstream level.
Well, listen,
but
if he ain't got writers' credits on it, I'm not gonna give him credit.
I can testify as a person who was in New York at that time that he was by far the hottest thing coming out of New York post, 50 and Cam and shit like that.
No.
He had the streets on fire. I lived there. You were already in the old folks home by that
He
point.
wasn't. No, first of all,
Whack 100 is a crater face hater. You know what I'm saying? It's always like his egomaniac attention or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't about him or something, it ain't about shit. And Max B is definitely, you know what I'm saying, one of the best to come out of New York City, man. The fact that he didn't know or hear about him, that's a preference. That's his fault. But to sit up here and disregard him, you know what I'm saying? That says a whole lot. That says a whole lot. It says, hey man, you work there, you don't know what the fuck you talk about. You just trying to dirty make this nigga.
out of here. Me and K Slay, that dude left in 09.
If K Slay was here, he would testify to this as well.
No, he wouldn't, because you got Papoose, you got Troy Aves.
Papoose was so far before this.
Are you dumb or something?
Papoose got signed in the early 2000s. Right now, we're talking about like 2000. Yes, no, he did. He got signed like 2004.
Nigga, I was doing motherfucking mixtape songs with Papoose and Stacey Adams in Miami in 07.
What year did Papoose get signed?
In 07, 08, we doing mixtape songs.
Okay, so
what are you talking about?
Papoose was lit when I first went to New York in 2004, but he didn't formally sign a deal to 2006. We're talking about later on. We're talking about
No, he didn't. The nigga went to jail in 09. How much later?
You talking about Max B?
Yeah.
Okay, but Max B.
Fuck out of here. You can't eliminate Pat from that.
What?
Nigga, that nigga won every Justo award that came out.
Yeah, but that was way before this. Papoose signed his deal after his,
Hey, bro,
his
you
original
can't tell me
hype
nothing
had
about
already been a
Papoose.
few years old.
I'm not like you. These are people I know. I've been in their homes. Motherfucker, we worked in studios. I brought them out here. They come out here to my parties. You can't, me and Steve's like this. He was signed a street sweeper. What the fuck are you talking about? Slay A&R, my Sexy Cannot project.
I know you've like hung out with these people, but I was actually a fan of these artists in real time.
Listen,
you're just like, oh yeah, that's some shit I
Sexy
heard
Cannot
about.
didn't drop till 07.
All right, what?
07, 08. 07, 08. Pap was on fire back then.
See, look, 2004 is when Alphabetical Slaughter was released by Papoose,
Yeah,
which
but
was his first,
he didn't
like,
get it. He didn't
real-
have his deal yet.
And no, and he signed his deal a couple years later, but by that point, I'm gonna be honest with you, the hype had worn off.
Are you stupid? The nigga was in a full-fledged war with Uncle Murder.
Yeah, but
06,
he
07,
he didn't
08.
really exactly have the streets on fire as a result of beefing with
you
Uncle
dumb?
Murder. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's okay.
You dumb
You
as
weren't
fuck.
around. I'm just letting you know, as a person who was in New
You
York
the
at the
goofy
time.
ass white boy who
You
wasn't
were
around.
all the way on the other side of the country driving trucks and fucking Ray J.
Nigga, you better Google Bridging the Gap. Google Bridging the Gap DJ K Slay. Let me show you. Nigga, I'm gonna show you Prince when he was 100 pounds lighter. Google that. Huh? Yeah, tap any of them motherfuckers right there.
It's just like a random podcast episode from 2019.
No. Bridging the Gap, K Slay. Hit it.
2011.
Who was that? That's Prince right there. That's 11. Now, nigga, we already been moving about 7 years together already.
Okay.
Right? You can't tell me when shit was going on, bro.
I'm telling you that the time when Papoose was the biggest rapper in New York and the time where Max B was the biggest rapper in New York were very different time periods.
What I'm telling you
Papoose's
is...
wave came before Max B's, and there's nobody in the world that would disagree with this.
Bro, Papoose, 6, 7, 8, 9, all them years?
No.
What year Remy Ma went to jail?
Absolutely not.
Google what year Remy
You
Ma went to
acting
jail.
like Papoose was still hot as a rapper in 2009 is proof that you don't know what the you're talking about.
What year did Remy Ma go to jail?
We can just ask the AI, what year did Remy Ma go to jail? But you got to understand that
What year?
2008.
That's my point.
Right.
Nigga, he was, what you mean? That's when that merger was going on.
Papooses popular time period as a rapper?
So you tell him when he got with Remy Ma, that didn't add to his shit?
Not really, no.
You're dumb as f.
That was him doing reality TV.
No, that came
The
later.
reality TV part of
Hey,
your
you're
life, it
stupid.
comes after the hot rapper
You're
part.
dumb.
Alphabetical
You
Star
are
came out in
dummy.
2004.
Reality TV came
Max
after
B
Remy
was
Ma
used
got out
in
of jail.
2008.
Reality TV came after Remy Ma got out of jail. You stupid as f. Nigga, he got with her. That's before she went to jail.
Okay.
You don't even make sense, nigga. Move on. God, you can't tell me about my brother, nigga.
Listen,
I helped him make decisions.
You're a fan.
Straight
You
Stun
feel very
Magazine
passionate
came out
about
in
it.
05, right?
You feel very passionate.
Straight Stun Magazine came out in 05.
But you wasn't there. You was not around. You were all the way in Pacoima driving trucks. I was in New York buying the mixtapes as they came out.
Ask YG, ask Kendrick, ask G Malone, ask all them niggas.
So you're trying to argue that Papoose was bigger than Max B in 2008.
I'm telling you, Papoose.
Wait. I just want you to go on record. Say it.
You doing
Papoose
the white
was
people
bigger than
shit.
Max B in 2008.
It's 2025,
Say it.
nigga.
Say
Not
it.
1825. You stupid ass white
I
boy.
want you to say it.
I'm telling you, Papoose was lit on fire with a major buzz in the city of New York, nigga, from 6, 7, and 8. This nigga went to jail in 09.
So just for the record.
See, he trying to force you to believe Papoose, had it like that. And don't get it twisted, Papoose was nice, you know what I'm saying? He had his moments and shit like that, but Max B put out way better quality music, you know what I'm saying? I like Papoose, man, everything like that, but you know what I'm saying? And Max B was the full package, bro. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And subscribe to No Jumper. Adam and Wack get into an insane argument. Max B. Subscribe to No Jumper Clips.
Out of here.
So Papoose was bigger than Max B in 2008.
They was both underground.
No.
Max B ain't never
Max
went,
B
man.
was gigantic
You're
in 2008. You don't know because you were on the other side of the country.
Show me a song rotation.
Okay.
Dummy, it's a 6-hour flight. You were scared to come this way. Wack was going that way.
I hadn't been over here at that point.
What are you talking about, nigga? I was all through New York.
Yeah, I mean, look, a bunch of records.
Nigga,
I got a habit,
nothing-
sexy love, why you...
Nothing went...
There's complex articles about all the biggest
Nothing went
Max B songs.
mainstream.
No.
Nothing.
Okay.
He charted something.
We're going to go. We're going to look for
I give him
biggest
his
song.
underground shit, but nigga, you ain't finna sit here like Pap wasn't moving and his buzz wasn't crazy. And
No, Pap had already fell off by then. And I
Yeah,
say that
you
as somebody
dumb
who's
as-
got... I love Pap, but musically...
You
his
just saw
run was
Remy
over
Ma
by
went to
that
jail
point.
in 08, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Pap was buzzing. Nigga, the day she went to jail, that nigga
You're
was in
very
Africa.
confused.
The day she went to jail, he landed in Africa.
You are deeply confused.
This is a fact.
You're deeply
This is a
confused.
fact.
You weren't there.
You were nobody. You was a BMX
I was in New
nigga.
York buying the mixtapes
Exactly,
as they
buying.
came out.
Nigga, we
you
was in the
telling me
studio.
about this is like
We
me
was
trying
in
to
the
tell you
studio
about the history
cooking.
of LA rap.
You from New Hampshire, white boy.
And I was living in New York for
What you
8
talking
years
about,
at
nigga?
this point.
You couldn't even check in the W. You was broke up.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you like
What
I
does
tell
that have to
Act.
do with anything?
Let me
You
tell you.
hard.
You niggas wasn't around in this
weren't.
game.
You were on the other side of the country.
No, dummy. I was there. I could call Top Dog right now at TDE, and he gonna tell you, whack ass damn near stayed in New York. You're dumb as fuck. Stupid as a motherfucker. You can't fuck with me.
So
the only motherfucker that got any leverage with that with me is Vlad. The rest of you niggas wasn't around, didn't have a voice. You was sidelined at home. Waiting for an
what the
article to
AI
come out.
says. In 2008, Max B was arguably the hotter rapper with significant street buzz, ghostwriting credits on major tracks, while Papoose was primarily an underground mixtape artist struggling with major label release issues. This is what anybody who was actually a fan of this music at that time could tell you, but you have no idea because you were on the West Coast and you have no clue.
What was the major label release issues?
He was signed to a label that wouldn't let him put an album out.
No, he was signed to Street Sweeper.
Yes.
No.
This was after
He was
that.
signed to Street. It ain't after that. Stupid. You're dumb as Slay had the motherfucking deal with Sony.
Literally,
You're dumb as
every person out there who was paying attention to this music during this time period knows that you're wrong, and seeing you be so loudly wrong is proof that you're wrong about a lot of other things too.
You is this, bro? You were a fucking nobody.
No, I know. I know everything about this time period in
the
hip-hop.
mix.
Yes, I was.
No, you wasn't.
You weren't listening
Adam
to this
22
music.
Was a
you
nobody
weren't on the
in
internet
early 2000s.
talking about this music every single day.
You could go find
Guess
me.
who was?
Put
I
in
was.
Whack 100 Shade 45.
You're just guessing.
I was on the radio back then,
Nobody gives a
dummy.
fuck that you were hanging on the radio station.
Ain't no hanging.
You're getting every detail of Papoose' career wrong because you have no clue what you're talking
you was on
about.
Love and Hip Hop in 08, you stupid ass
I
nigga.
was speaking
Remy Ma did 6-7 years.
metaphorically.
Remy Ma did 6-7 years before that happened. You dumb as But for you to say Pap didn't have no presence in them streets of New York with his music back then, you're an idiot.
Look at this. Papoose had previously signed a substantial deal with Jive Records in 2006, but by September 2007, he and his manager, DJ K. Slay, had left the label due to creative differences in A&R hell, meaning he did not have major label support for a commercial album in 2008. He had no charting singles or albums that year.
Max B ain't had nothing charting. We're talking about the streets.
You sound like this might be the dumbest you've ever sounded.
No,
on
you're
podcast.
dumb. Well, you admit that you were nobody back then, but a dumbass white kid running around. You was nobody.
I was a
Nigga,
rap
you was
music.
nobody.
Listen at this dialogue of how he portrays him when he's strictly telling you what the streets was doing. Him being a nobody or whatever the case may be has nothing to do with the sound of music and what the nobodies was listening to, allegedly. But we got to stop this, man. You know, Whack 100 gets too passionate with lies. That be my problem with him. He gets too passionate with lies. Like, he takes his lies serious as shit. All the time.
And
you was nobody.
You
nigga.
are
You and a bunch of you
retroactively
niggas ain't
pretending
nobody.
to care
That's
about
one of your
this
problems
era
with
of
me
music.
is that you can't have that conversation.
You are
with me. I
retroactively
can call
pretending
Top
to
Dog
know
right
anything
now.
about this era
You
of
know who
music.
took Top Dog and Kendrick all around through
You
New
read
York?
about it? I lived it.
You ain't lived shit.
You read about
Nobody
it? I lived
you
it.
was back
I
then.
was paying attention to this as it was happening. You're guessing
No,
retrospectively.
you're reading. I'm living it.
No, I was
Dummy.
reading it. I was living
You
it
was
while it was
nowhere
happening.
around.
I was listening to the music.
Nigga, you couldn't even check
You
it
have
to W.
never listened to Max
You
B
couldn't
or
check it
Papoose.
to the W. You was broke.
You have never heard
I lived at
Papooses
that
music.
motherfucker.
Name 5 Papoose songs.
I lived at
Name
that
5
motherfucker.
songs. Name 5 songs.
I lived that.
Name 5.
I don't have to.
Do it.
What I'm telling you is,
5 songs.
you can't tell me who was hot and who wasn't.
Name 5 Papoose
I
songs.
never heard of Max B. I didn't know who Max B was.
And that says everything.
No, it don't. I just didn't. that ain't what I was on.
You're just getting the timeline wrong.
I'm
Papooses' career
I'm
as
not.
a musician
I'm
was
not.
already largely over by 2008, whereas Max B was, as the AI just confirmed, was at the peak of his career in
What I'm
2008.
telling you is, maybe they were going at the same time, but you're not going to tell
weren't,
me
though.
Papoose was in the dirt. 06, 07, 08. You're not going to
He'll tell you.
No, he won't.
He didn't even get to put an album out because he was stuck. We just read it. He was stuck in A&R hell. You know what that means?
I helped him
that means
get out
the label wasn't letting him put it out.
I helped him get out the deal, dummy. He got another check when they released him. Idiot for pay or play.
You're just calling me an idiot because you know that you look like an idiot right now.
Bro, I know you wasn't around. Nigga, didn't nobody know the f*** Adam
I
22
was paying attention to it in real time, and you, weren't.
Hey, listen.
Look, Papoose released his first album in March of 2013. You want to know why? Because the label wouldn't let him put an album out.
Listen to me.
Do you think if he was really popping that they would have let him put an album out in 2008?
On the radio. I remember Hater Blockers was up. He had songs on the radio. He did a song with Snoop Dogg, which caused a riff and shit because it was another single that's supposed to be working.
You got to give up.
No, bro, you wasn't around.
You lose.
You wasn't around. Hey, you didn't
The
matter.
AI and someone who was listening to
real
music
shit.
as it happened are confirming that you're
great
getting the
platform.
timeline wrong.
You got a great platform now. You
and you don't know what the you're talking about.
Back then, nigga.
Right.
Nigga would have. Nigga would have.
fact that I didn't have anything going.
Nigga would have fucked you up. Joe Buttons was around. We would have. We'd have fucked you up back then.
You sound like such a
real shit.
Listen.
We would have fucked you up.
You're a
You
fan.
ain't nobody, bro.
I was a fan.
Nigga, when it
I
comes to
was
this
a fan.
shit, that's
You're
all
a rap
is.
fan, but you were not
can't
paying
stand
attention
with
at
me.
that time. You have no idea what was going on in New York at that time. You're just guessing.
Watch this. Watch this.
You're just trying to act like
Watch
you know
this.
what was going on at that
Watch
time
this.
period,
Watch
dude.
this. I'm about to clown your dumb ass.
Do it.
Clown, you dumb as.
There is literally nothing that could make you sound less right
dumb
now.
as. You sound dumb as.
I am infinitely more knowledgeable than you on this topic.
Stupid ass up. Nigga, what's that your dumb? This one he was getting on. Tom.
Yeah.
You lied. I'm talking academic. I mean, fucking Adam 22, right? This dummy is trying to tell me Whack in the Papoose days wasn't in New York.
I didn't say that.
You said what?
I said you weren't a fan of the music and
Shut
you're
your
getting the
dumb ass
timeline
up.
wrong.
This is Top Dog from TDE. Now he gonna tell you some real shit. Cause he met Pap through me.
My nigga gave me the key to New York. Plugged me right in with everybody, and when he went home and went to bed.
I hit you back. Nigga, you don't know the fuck I am. That's your problem. You don't know the fuck I am.
I love how he said something that was completely unrelated to our entire conversation.
Bro,
you just had him
a
on
nigga
the
that tells
phone. You realize
I
if
gave
you
him the key
actually
to New York.
explained the context of what we just had a conversation
But
about,
Top
that
Dog,
you would
listen,
agree with me.
This is Top Dog from TD to tell you, Whack gave me the key to New York when I landed.
Why did you have the key to New York?
Bro, nigga, I was connected to everything. Funk Master
Then
Flex.
why don't you know anything about what was going on in the streets in 2008?
Dummy, bro.
That's a great point, Adam. He was so connected to everything and everybody that's going on down in New York, but he knew nothing about Max B. Says to you, either he's a liar or he's a hater. It's no if and betweens or buts about it. To act like Max B wasn't a factor, it's crazy. That is insane. Right? It doesn't even make sense. Max B saved New York City. Saved it. Nobody was listening to that shit, man. Jim Jones saved New York City. With the help of Max B, man, they did diabolical music. Diabolical music, man. Black, you a hater. It's sad.
Why are you getting all the details wrong if you were actually around like that?
You know how many of my birthday parties, Papoose, respectfully, him and his man Moose came out and celebrated with me. I had an artist named Stacey Adams.
You want to know the part?
What?
If you call Papoose, he'll tell you I'm right.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
Do it.
Pap don't answer a lot, but he's not going to tell you you're right.
Well, if he does answer, he's going to tell you I'm right. Will you admit that you are?
Bro, you can't tell me because you was a nobody ass white boy, nigga.
No, but you can call Papoose.
You can't stand.
Papoose will tell you.
You can't stand with me, nigga, with this type of shit.
Papoose will tell you. Ask Papoose who was the bigger rapper in 2008.
Non-existent, nigga. You know it's a whole lot of shit you don't even know.
You're just bringing up a bunch of unrelated
It's the
shit
truth.
because you know I'm right. Papoose will tell you I'm right.
Man, shut your dumb ass up.
I want you to read the comment sections on this video.
Fuck out of here, bro. You sound dumb as.
Hey, shout out to New York.
Let's see.
Because they are all finding out in real time that you don't know what the
bro,
talking
ain't nobody
about.
from New York gonna tell you Pap was dead 06, 07, 08.
No, who was bigger is the question. In 2008.
Both underground, my nigga, as far as I'm concerned.
They weren't, though. Max B was huge.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
And what happened? Jim Jones was
And
huge.
he got locked up. And exactly.
Jim
Jones and Max B owned New York in that period.
Jim Jones.
And they were inseparable. Who do you think was writing all those Jim Jones songs?
know.
Max B.
Did Jim ever cop to that?
Everyone knows it. Literally everyone. The fact that you don't know that right now is why you don't have any right to talk about
Jim never
this.
copped to it.
Yes, everyone knows
Jim
that.
was in the studio?
Everyone knows
Was you in the
this.
studio? You know what the fuck a studio
This is why
look like?
you have no right to have this
Dipwit
conversation.
dumbass. You don't, nigga. You wasn't around.
No, you're just
you wasn't a
guessing.
factor.
You
White
don't
boys
know
like
that
you-
Max B was writing Jim
White
Jones'
boys like-
songs.
Bro, I ain't never heard Jim cop to it. So until Jim cop to that, I'm not gonna say it.
He's probably admitted it a million times.
I don't know. I've never heard him cop to it.
Well, that's because you're not really a fan of this.
I've
this
never
era
heard
of
Jim
music.
cop to that. Gotta hit niggas like you couldn't even survive back then. Niggas would have ate your ass up.
That's not being
Beat
discussed.
the fuck out of you, threw you in the trunk or something.
That's not being
The
discussed.
mouth you got now, you couldn't have did none of that.
That's not even being
This
discussed.
is a fact.
It's
What
not.
it say?
It's
I
not
saw
even-
no Jim Jones. Nah, take your punk ass back.
What?
It said whatever page you, whatever you just
So
asked.
you want to go on record with this?
It said no Jim Jones.
So you don't think
You just switched them.
So wait, I just want you to go on the record. You don't believe Max B ever wrote for Jim Jones?
I've never heard Jim Jones
Because
say
you've
that.
never listened to Jim Jones from that era. Because if you did, then you wouldn't be able to argue this.
Jim Jones, that you stupid as nigga.
You don't even need someone to tell you.
Ain't
You
a
just
nigga
have
in
to
the streets
listen
that
to
wasn't
him.
listening to Jim Jones. What I'm telling you is, I know that them niggas is beefing. I hear niggas say shit about me that's totally false, just as you do.
They've been beefing for 20 years.
Okay, just as you do, right? And from my understanding, he's saying that Jim didn't give him his credit, right?
Can I just
don't
thank
know.
you?
I don't know.
Can I just thank you?
I don't know if Jim.
It's very rare that in podcasting that someone hands you a W in quite the way that
bro,
you just handed me
Ain't
one.
nobody finna agree that Papoose.
So what are
was
you gonna
dead.
say when everybody agrees?
Nigga, we didn't drop. We dropped Sexy.
What are you
Cadillac
gonna say when everybody agrees?
07.
What are you gonna say?
Or some shit like that.
What are you gonna say?
Rich Martin, the Cave, salute, man. Much love to Rich Martin. You guys go over there, subscribe to the Cave. Major shout out channel. Major salute, major love, man. Everybody go over there, subscribe to Rich Martinez, the Cave. Salute to everybody still tuning in, man. Right now we're doing an update on Max B release. This is subscribe to No Jumper Clips. This is Adam 22 and Wack 100 get into it over Max B. Here's my review. But definitely everybody go over there, subscribe to the Cave. Subscribe to Rich Martinez, the Cave, man. Great show. Glad you can make it. Salute to Kitty Frappuccino.
It was on fire.
What are you gonna say? The AI already said that I was right. So
Fuck about wasn't no AI back then.
no, the AI I just asked.
But fuck about what you and your AI. That shit in the nigga. I'm talking about what I really was living, what I really saw. Like nigga, we was like, hey bro, look.
I apologize
this
for what
new
they're
shit-
about to do to you in the
Hey, look,
comments.
this new shit.
Because you have no
This shit
fucking
is
clue what
new
you're
to
talking
you.
about. No.
Niggas like me been living this shit
is
a
new
long
to you.
time.
New York hip hop is new to you.
You're dumb as
You know a goddamn thing about New York
dumb as-
rap. No.
Nigga, I can call niggas from everybody from Eric B, nigga, up to Funk Master Flex and everything in between. Nigga, you don't know shit.
So for the
about
record,
nothing.
Papoose was hotter than Max B in 2008. This is his argument.
No, what I'm telling you is Papoose was not dead in fucking 08.
And why didn't his album come out till 2013?
That don't mean you're dead, nigga.
You don't think the label
The
would have put his
homie,
album out if he had a hot song?
What's the homie?
If the label felt like they could make money
Wait.
off it, why wouldn't they have put the album out?
What's the homie from At This Part? I forget his name.
RJ.
RJ, right?
Which look, there's another example of me knowing more than you
No,
about,
hold on.
about hip hop.
What do you mean about hip hop? I'm talking about a homie. Nigga, you just
I
a
know
white
more
boy.
about blood rappers than you.
Listen, they only f with you because you got a platform. They don't f with you because you know real motherfuckers.
Talking about if they f with
They
me. We're
only
talking
they
about
don't f with you because you know real motherfuckers.
So to you, RJ is like some guy from
No.
some neighborhood.
No, not at all.
But
right?
you didn't even know his name.
What I'm saying is, RJ's another guy where somebody could say, well, he didn't drop an album, he didn't do this, and he didn't drop an album till then. But RJ has always remained to be hot in our streets. Always. Right? Has he crossed over and going mainstream? No. Right? He had some shit happen in his earlier years, whatever. But can't nobody ever say that RJ was dead in the water. He's always remained to be hot and has some type of presence going on. Back then, Pap ass was on fire. And I showed you, Remy didn't go to jail till 08. Right, Remy
Papoose was huge in 2003, 2004. By 2008, the steam had worn off. As you know, a lot could change over a few years like that. And Max B was absolutely much bigger at that time.
Well, he didn't make it out here.
Well, at least you seem to be acknowledging.
And just so you know, I was bi-coastal. I'm not these little dudes y'all got it. You got, 99% of these people outside of Lush maybe, right? These niggas is hamsters. They ain't never been nowhere. They wasn't around. They wasn't around back then. They can't have these conversations. Mm-hmm. You can't have some of these conversations with me.
Then why am I right?
Because you were a fucking fan.
Yeah, and that's why I know so much more about this than you.
Listen, I was dealing with these people personally.
But that doesn't make you an expert in the actual music.
Hey, bro, there's so much shit went on that you niggas have no idea. It's crazy. But I'm gonna let you run your play. That was Top Dog from TDE. He got one of the probably the
and you
biggest.
Didn't keep him on the line long enough to actually ask him the question.
That's my G.
Nor would he even probably really know the answer.
He did know the answer. He told you.
The Max B versus Papoose conversation in 2008
we didn't ask him about that. I
wouldn't really expect him to.
I wouldn't ask him about
care
that
or no.
But you were saying who I was and what in New York.
No, you could have been around. You're just wrong about the calendar.
You didn't
exist. I actually was.
You was non-existent.
I lived there that entire time.
You were non-existent though.
No, but I lived there.
You were non-existent.
Buying the mixtapes as they came out, whereas you just kind of like heard about these rappers. I sat there
and watched my brother get hit with the first lawsuit.
You never listened
to mixtapes.
You never listened to these guys.
What are you talking about, bro? Nigga, you
can't even name 5 Papoose songs.
I can name 5 Papoose mixtapes and 100 songs.
Do it.
But it's no need for me to do it because you a white boy that's asking a stupid ass question.
Okay, Wack. You're gonna have to hold the L. L's up for my hitters.
Hey, bro.
R.I.P. Wack in the chat.
The Top Dog call killed you.
No, it didn't.
You wasn't.
Nobody was.
Top Dog to tell you.
You hung up immediately.
Wack handed me because I'm not finna keep a man of that statue that is my G homie on that line.
You could have asked him one question.
I'm not. Nah.
But as specified, he probably
there's no jumper, my nigga. That ain't worthy of Top Dog. Out of here, bro. That's just my homeboy. He picked the phone up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, you wasn't around.
No, I was way more than you.
Hello, it's your favorite sports thunk here. Don't forget to hit.
Dun 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 dun.
Everybody
the Grinch.
That was some Max B talk right there. We're gonna get into we'll get into Big U. Big U's son was murdered coming out of a dispensary. It's alleged they tried to make like it was out. They put out kind of speculations out there pertaining to it. Said he was in the wrong neighborhood, but recently they put out that he had robbed some guys. So right, let's go to No Jumper clips. Big U denied release from prison to attend son's funeral.
I had one nigga tell me, "You the reason why Big U can't go to his son's funeral." This nigga, and he wore the whole thing.
They could have freaky motherfucker over in the day room. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I mean, he gotta know that they notice him on the phone.
Wait, what? The nigga did what in the day room?
Yeah.
And he was having phone sex.
Why you sound like that, Julie?
Boy, that nigga a sniper, man. He crazy. You gotta get his ass about it.
And now, you know the cold part about it? Now that they didn't exposed it, they gonna shut him down now. They probably gonna kill his phone privileges now.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
it. Using somebody else's pen or something.
Yeah, they telling him, man, like, you got somebody punching in their code, calling your people, then you telling your people how to make three-way calls using the encrypted app. You talking to codees and you talking to people that have informed again on you, telling them they gotta pay if they want to take a plea deal or for telling on you. And you having phone sex with your girlfriend, so now his wife is really getting, it's about the third time she done got slapped in the face.
He need to go say his old ass somewhere, man.
They got the nigga talking to that turned on him and saying,
he talking to, and I already know which one it is. He talking to, he's calling that then told on him, one of the informants. And they saying he's got his paperwork, so he was able to identify who's who and start calling them. And he got one of the niggas he's informant on him, making the three-way calls for him to other people.
That's crazy. Yo.
They might keep it on just to keep recording because he's a dummy.
Well, now he gotta know what because it's in the paperwork.
He's still a dummy.
And the use the denial to ain't no way. It's like, and now he reading what they on him about. Ain't no way you keep doing that.
He should put himself on punishment and don't call nobody.
Yeah.
Hey, from what I was seeing, a video I watched, and they were saying that most of these type of like motions to get out to go to funerals get denied. Is that true?
Sure, man. I'm not gonna lie, right? So when that first came on the internet that he was going to his son's funeral, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, you know what I'm saying, from out their community had dropped it on their channel and he had dropped the paperwork and they made it seem like it was set in stone. So I'm guessing that was just the motion. Like if it did get granted that this would be.
All right, so as you heard right there, that was Big Wack 100 speaking on Big U, saying Big U was caught up in some phone sex calls and setting up, you know, other phone calls through other inmates using their accounts. He goes into detail on, you know, several instances of, you know, him being crossed while he's on the inside. So I don't know if they using that to, I don't know if they're using that as an excuse to hit the, you know, cancellation on the son funeral button. I didn't even know you could go to a funeral in jail. I thought that was only in prison you might get access. I didn't know about the jail, but you know, I didn't even think that was possible. But that must be a new law or something going on or whatever. I don't know. Might have to do some research into that. But it gets deeper. Let's get back to it. Subscribe to No Jumper Clips. Big U denied release from prison to attend his son's funeral.
Be the criteria, so which if it did get granted, he would have to like basically pay to go to the funeral, and he would have to pay hourly, U.S. Marshals and all that. They would have to be the transportation. You know, they're gonna be like right on you. Like it ain't really too much you can do. But as big as his case was, though, look, bro, I said it, and I just didn't want to. I know I didn't say it, but what I was thinking, like I reacted to this. So, my daddy died when I was in the feds, 5 months before I got out. I went through the same thing. I already had been down. My sentence was over with, basically. I could have went, and I was trying to pay to go to my dad's funeral. You feel me? As big as his case, my case was bigger than his, but his case is big. As big as his case is, I couldn't see it. I just, didn't want to speak it because, it's his son. And of course, I want to see him go to his son's funeral like I wanted to go to my father's. But the feds, they don't play no games. And when you in these situations and they got you like that, they not showing no solace. They don't care what you going through. This is like the clamp down on you. Like, we don't care. Like, we trying to squeeze you. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Is any other like YouTubers like reporting the stuff that Wack's saying? Because he's saying they got him doing the phone sex on the phone. That's why they're not letting him. They saying he doing all that. Because I didn't see none of that from anybody else.
I mean, Wack a exposer. So, you feel me? Like I said yesterday, I'm a reactor. You feel me? Like I'm just seeing this. I don't know. I'm pretty sure some other channels probably in random content, but Wack be having different content. Like he's an exposer, so he's gonna have different content that other content creators ain't gonna have.
Would you get in trouble for something like that? Like
get in trouble for what?
Just having phone sex? Like what? Why is that a violation?
I mean, if the jail want to trip and push the line, but like unless you just got like a up the ass tight, like a tight ass person that's just in listening to your phone, because all your phones are recorded, and sometimes it might be a live operator listening in on certain people's phone, just depending. And sometimes your phone can be randomly picked. But like I don't think they really be tripping over phone sex unless you just got like a police that's just up there just want to give you a write up for that. I mean they could, but you rarely see that. This is you just like somebody they targeting and they can't get you, and they like we just want to take your phone sex, phone gone 30 days.
But that actually wasn't the biggest thing, right? The biggest thing was that what Wack was saying is that he's talking to someone who is cooperating against him on the phone, right? Like in the title it says Floss has to pay Big U to rat or something like that. So I guess what they're alleging is that he was on the phone with someone who is cooperating against him and making him do the 3 ways to connect to other parties.
Wrong move.
You shouldn't do that, right? Like once somebody is on paperwork against you, you have to have zero communication.
Yeah,
with
definitely. Them. You on a recorded call, even you trying to like 3-way. Like man, look, they listening in. When you on a high profile case like this, every phone call you got, they're gonna have. They're listening in on every phone call. They're trying to get you for secret messages, stuff they might think you trying to get out on the under. Like they listening there. He gotta know he's under scrutiny. I know this is first time in the feds and all that, but he gotta know he's under he's under the microscope for sure.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff like this don't be making any sense to me. Like if you on paperwork against somebody, why would you pick up the phone when they call you? You know what I'm saying? There's no way that I would do that, especially with the rules that of engagement in the streets and stuff like that. You're probably not even worried about the person behind the bars, but the people around you that could get to you. But hey, man, this is a foreign world to me,
But like morally, and you feel like people should be able to get out like that and go out because people.
Why not? Regardless.
Well, the feds are gonna say you committed all these crimes. That's why you should have been thinking about your family. That's what they're gonna say.
That's like for me. That's what I'm saying. We had this argument. It's gonna be shit politically on a political level. A lot of is done wrong. Y'all don't follow the rules in y'all investigations. Y'all entrap people. Y'all do all type of shit. So it's like, I mean, whatever law y'all set in place that's been crossed that y'all feel that somebody violated, somebody kid and died. Somebody father died. I feel like if you got the money to pay and you paying for it and you paying for the marshals, like of course you should be able.
And it ain't like I'm saying I'm going. I'm asking you to let me go home. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I'm
he
just asking you to go let me.
He just in MDCLA. It ain't like they got him tucked off in
hella far
like
away
got
or
him tucked off in what's the little spot? The high max federal spot.
Utah
Like
type
no,
shit.
they it's in Denver, Colorado. The spot I'm thinking
yeah, that's what
about
I'm
is I can't think of the name right now, but it's like that's like the spot. Like you
ADX or
underground,
some shit
80X.
like that?
So you're saying he like right in the corner pretty much.
ADX and that shit. He right here downtown LA. Like I can't pay to go for a few hours to my son's
And they,
funeral. you know
and
what
they
I'm
said
saying?
his
Muslim
other son
funeral.
was gonna pay for everything because obviously in the NFL, so they could cover it. It ain't nothing to
See, and that's the thing. When you got the funds to cover it, it's a problem. And if he wouldn't have the funds, he would have went up for the bail. Well, he ain't got the funds to cover it. But now I got the funds to cover it.
And they like, nah, no go.
So out of curiosity, what did they tell you when they denied your request? Like, what do you think they told him? Like, oh,
This
you're
what they
a
did
flight
to me.
risk or something?
I got denied because what they did to me was, right, my dad had died November 8th. The next day, November 9th, I was in the hole.
All right, so if you listening, man, this goes to show you how treacherous it can be when you're incarcerated and a loved one passes away. The games and the level, the extent that they'll do some good, mostly bad. Like I said, I've never heard of nobody in county getting released to go to a funeral. I have heard, stories and, I've seen, things of people who been released for funerals that was in prison, whether it be fed or in state, but this, on the other hand, is a whole different request. I honestly feel like he should have been granted to see his child if he was able to accommodate whatever needs they needed. You are innocent to proven guilty, regardless of, whatever the crime may be. So to hold him, to hold him in like that, that's that's kind of a low blow. I just feel like they could have had some type of leniency on that. It's enough security, for them to be able to accommodate whatever needs for a man to see his dead son and go back to jail. But we all know the law can be assholes. And shout out to everybody tuning in. Richard Martinez, the K, Ming salute. Right now we're tuned into the Big U son funeral and death, and Grant to be released for permission to go to the funeral, which was denied due to him having been caught having phone sex and using other jail members' identification to make other calls and arrange situations. Big U's son was shot, gunned down, leaving a dispensary. Some said he was in the pimp game and got caught up in that. Some said that he was in the wrong neighborhood, beefing. Some said it was payback for Nipsey. Just recently, it was stated that he had robbed someone, and it was retaliation for the robbery. But let's get back to it. This is Young and Hefe breaking it down. What happened with him on his situation when he was in the feds and his father passed.
I was like, so they came. I found out my pops was dead. So off the back, they called me down to the chaplain. Chaplain called me down there. I already know my pops was dying, so they like, hey, your pops died. We'll tell him what's going on. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, off the back, asking them like, how do I go about going to the funeral? So the chaplain breaking everything down to me, give me the paperwork. I do the paper. I'm doing some paperwork right there. Be like, all right, I got to set everything in motion. We got to figure out what day the funeral gonna be. From there, I go back to the unit. That next day, I was in the hole. Like, people came, blitzed my cell, took me to the hole, asked what I'm going to the hole for. They said under investigation for a threat assessment. Like, a threat assessment on who? They couldn't tell me. Then a threat assessment turned in to me trying to get drugs into a jailhouse facility. So it was just a whole bunch of BS. So I didn't even get to end up going because I was in the hole. So
Damn.
I don't know if I was gonna go or not, but I think I could have made it because, like I said, I was 5 months to the door anyway.
Okay. So the closer you are to the end, the more likely.
Yeah, so as soon as I beat them in the hole and beat my write-ups, like a week later, I went to the house.
And I seen they also said like, oh, you can't go Big U, but we'll offer you an alternative, and you could like have a Zoom call and view the body and stuff like that. I heard that the Fed supposedly offered that as an alternative in like the paperwork or whatever. But that is that just like some, you know what I'm saying, to like suffice.
I mean, it ain't like it ain't like no.
It's at least something. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't like no. You can see, you can visually see, but that's already technology the Feds already got. You in there, you got tablets. MP3 music, like all type of stuff. So it's just like, you know, I mean, anything is better than nothing.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you can
for
view
sure.
it, you know, at the end of the day. So, but I mean, like I said, if you got the funds to pay,
you should be able to go.
Pay the U.S. Marshals, you know, right here in LA, you in LA, shouldn't even be no reason. They ain't even got to travel nowhere. Probably just wrap this up in about 2 hours, 2-3 hours type thing. Look, you know, it ain't no, we ain't gonna let you go to the repast, but we're gonna let you go to the funeral, burying, you know what I'm saying, to the cemetery, then we gotta transport you back.
Because I know
let
they
them
be on
people. My fault, bro. Let them people see their peoples, man. Simple as that. Like at the end of the day, I really can't see any reason why. It's specifically like what Ant keep keying on too is just like if you got the funds to make this happen, there honestly should be no reason why, unless you are like one of the top violent, most like escaped criminals. Then I get it. Y'all like, all right, we can't grant this dude that. You know what I mean? He gonna run. You know what I mean? But like, if that's not necessarily your case, even if you got a bad, you know what I mean, charge or whatever the case may be, like, bro, this is the last time I'm gonna ever be able to see whoever it may be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna pay for y'all to make sure that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do nothing here. You know what I mean? Like, we not going, if anywhere, it's not gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? So let them people see their people, man. That to me is kind of stupid. I don't get it. Y'all willing to let them see it on the internet, but y'all not willing to do it in person. And this dude it ain't like this dude got a record of running and I mean, like,
yeah, he turned himself in, but you know what they're gonna try to make it do, like just how when they locked him up, see, they trying to make it out like, you know, he's the leader of the 60s, and you know, they're gonna come with the element, oh, this is a large criminal street gang and he got control, so if we let him out, it could be a potential that he put us in danger with them. That's how they're gonna try to play it.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like they try to act like this is like a movie, like you feel me? Like he's gonna have like the whole hood pull up and aid and abet him and escaping, and people might die and all
Mission
this
Impossible.
Yeah,
Underground
Mission
tunnel,
Impossible
you know what I'm saying?
type shit. Like they're gonna have
Some
all
El
this shit
Chapo
set up
shit.
or whatever, but in reality, it's like, you know, whatever allegations is on him, like, bro has been a public figure for years. His son is in the NFL. You feel me? He's a public figure. He's not about to probably let some go on under his watch and under his name and all that. You know, the NFL is highlighting him for the death of his brother. They are showing respect to him and his people. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like, you know,
they overwhooping, bro. They overwhooping. Like, and it's like, it's to me, it really like, yeah, that's probably in the back of their mind. Bro, a leader of the 60s, whatever, you know what I mean? He might have a situation where it might be overwhelming for us. But I think really what it is just like a clout move, like, nah, that. Like, you and the feds, like, we don't give a damn about nothing that's going on with your situation.
Because there was like a murder involved.
There was a murder that
case,
occurred,
you know
and somebody else can't go to or somebody else can't see their son.
But I can see that point. If I'm
And-
if I'm that person's family that you imprisoned for supposedly allegedly killing my family member, I would say don't let him out to see his
the
kid at
family
the funeral
is, the family
because
is
they're
the obvious,
you know what I'm saying,
but
upset.
it's the prosecutor who's like,
Yeah, but
hell
like
no.
you said like if they got a bunch of crazy charges, like Ant said, that is how they talking about him. Like he the leader, you know what I'm saying? He was orchestrating all these crimes going on. So it's like that is how they treat him.
That ain't shit. Y'all been seeing the content. It ain't what Ant said. This with YouTube. The news. Like I said, I just react to what they saying. I ain't said nothing because I don't know that to be true.
Yeah.
Like for me,
That's what
ain't
the feds are
nobody no
alleging.
leader in no gangs. Like it's too many people to be in a gang. Like you know what I mean? It's too many people in gangs to just key in on one person and say lead and all this. You know what I'm saying? But like I even seen on my case, I ain't gonna lie. Not even talking about his situation because, like I said, I'm not too involved in his situation. Just talking about my situation. I was on a 62-man indictment, and when the feds got you and they got your phone tapped, you your own worst enemy because you put yourself under enemy lines because you be saying all type of stuff and you might hype some stuff up, popping it on the phone, and this stuff, will leave you with a CCE charge or something. I seen a lot of my co-defendants mad. I'm like, bro, shit, your phone was tapped, you was popping.
Talking it.
Caramel. Yeah, so as y'all can hear and see, big youth situation, you know, it's getting worse and worse. You know, being incarcerated, you go through the most. Losing a loved one and can't see him, that definitely hurts. I can imagine. All right, let's go to Fox News. Community outrages young son beaten by mob of kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Graphic content.
So outraged in Chicago after video captures a mother and her 9-year-old son being harassed and then badly beaten by grade school children while walking near a school. We talked to two leaders of that Chicago community in just a moment, but first, let's go to Mike Tobin live there with the details. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. Parents and frankly, people all over Chicago are now kind of horrified and outraged at this video that's not going viral. It has gone viral, of a mother and a 9-year-old son who were mobbed and beaten by a group of school-age bullies. Now, the video is a bit brutal, so be ready for that, but it shows this mother and the aggressiveness of the kids increasing as Corshwanda Hatter tries to protect her son. Finally, this mob of youngsters started to strike Corshwanda and her 9-year-old son. They were both knocked to the ground, and the beating continued.
Hey, fool, let my homie go. Let my homie go. Let my
She says her son had been bullied at. She says her son had been bullied at school for 2 years, and the school did nothing to protect him, so she showed up to walk her kids home. Now, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson did say, he put out a statement on X that he was deeply disturbed and we should not attempt to normalize this type of senseless violence. Chicago police put out a statement saying both victims were transported to Trinity Hospital in serious condition. No one is in custody at this time. The Area 2 detectives are investigating. And Illinois State Senator Willie Preston said this video is a symptom of something that's been going on for a long time, that the kids have not been held accountable and the parents have not been held accountable for the actions of their children. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks so much. So our next guests know this family very well. Chicago Councilmember Joseph Williams met with the mom after the attack, and Pastor Corey Brooks, founder of Project Hood, knows the boy who attends his after-school and summer programs. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining the program. Pastor, you know, this is something that you have been working with for years now, trying to stop nonsense like this with our young people. What's going on?
Well, unfortunately, this is the cycle that we continue to see in the city of Chicago, where violence is so rampant and parents are being held unaccountable. And that's the reason why I'm walking across America, trying to get people to wake up in our urban areas so they can understand the magnitude of the issues that we're faced with every single day. Chicago is just a microcosm of what's going on across America. These young people are unruly. They have no moral compass. And we need organizations to really work hard to make sure we change the direction of our neighborhoods. If we're ever going to change the trajectory of our young people, we got to catch them early. We got to continue to do the work. But the tragedy is, in Chicago right now, we're facing some devastation that has been going on for years. and we need to get a handle on it.
This is what the mother had to say about this incident. Let's play it.
I'm trying to get this my son. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
We haven't held these kids accountable. We haven't held parents accountable. No mother should be that helpless and be targeted by children inside of.
That's 100% correct. No parent should have to go through that. You got disrespectful motherfuckers out here though. You know, coming up, man, I done seen a whole lot of despicable acts. You know what I'm saying? People do things, you know what I mean, to get back at you when they can't get to you, or they know they can't beat you up, or whatever it is, you know, sabotage things and all that kind of stuff. Or people that you care about. In this situation, in case in time, these kids jumped on the parent along with the children. And that's where the line gets crossed at. It should be enough respect out there to where you, as a child, should not take on the acts of harming somebody you got a problems with, parent, or even doing something to them while their parent is there, you know. But in this day and time we live in, the rules have changed. These are not the same people that we once knew or came up from around us. These are a lot of open-minded children with a lack of guidance. No responsible child, or no responsible person, period, for that matter. Unless you are a paid hitman or something, or some type of insane gangbanger or a lunatic would do that. That was outrageous. And the mother had sickle cell. She had sickle cell anemia, so this wasn't a full healthy, because a healthy mother should have been able to handle some of them kids, but she had sickle cell anemia. So to go along with the disgraceful beat down, they beating on a sickly person. They beating on a sickly person, sickle cell anemia. Her bones couldn't handle it.
Home community.
Councilman, where's the fear and respect? I remember growing up, we were afraid of the neighbors because we knew that they was going to get us, and then our parents was going to get us when we got home as well. None of that respect seems to exist anymore, Councilman.
Yeah, you know what? I completely agree. I think we've gone away from that, and we have to get back to those days. I think no mother and child, or children rather, should have to experience something so traumatic. To look at that video and to see you guys replay it, it's a horrifying video. I mean, it shows the disrespect. No child should ever feel comfortable putting their hands on an adult. And I think, as Senator Preston said, and many have said it, is that this has gone on for so long, right? The mother has come to the school and talked about this, and nothing had been done about it. It had not been addressed. And the thing about it is that, you know, I was glad to be there to be a support to that family and to help them through the process. But this is so much bigger than just that school. This is happening throughout the Chicago public school system. Many children are being bullied, and we have to put measures in place and make sure that those parents' voices are being heard and that those children's voices are being heard. Because if not, this can really overspill into something even bigger, I believe.
It's so true, Councilman. And it's already spilling into the streets outside of the school. Pastor, I want to get your comments on this repeat offender in Chicago with a lengthy rap sheet. He's accused of setting a woman on fire while they're on the train.
So this is the type of leadership that we have in Chicago. We have children who are being held unaccountable, and we also have criminals who are being set free. criminals who are being allowed to wreak havoc on the streets of Chicago. That's one of the reasons why we have so much violence. That's one of the reasons why we have so much recidivism. That's one of the reasons why we are experiencing the type of atmosphere of violence that we have in Chicago. These individuals are not being held accountable, and then you have these policies that are being put in place by our legislature and by our government that sometimes help the criminals more so than help the victims. And if we continue to go down this cycle with the leadership that we have in place, we're going to continue to see our community go in a downward spiral. We're going to continue to be the laughing stock of America. We're going to be it may look like we're one of the best cities or voted one of the best cities externally, but internally we all know the serious issues that we have inside of Chicago, and it all falls and rises on leadership.
Councilman, I'm already over time, but I have to ask you this question. We know how Chicago is run. We know how Illinois is. It's all blue. Is it time to explore something else? Because something is not working, and there's only one side that's in charge right now.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say this. I'll say there's no problem with us being a blue state. I represent that. But what I will say is that we have to make sure we're being intentional and we're putting the resources where we need to put them at. We got to invest into those nonprofits that are on the ground doing the work. We got to make sure we're building more community centers so our children can have someone to play. And we got to put the investment where it needs to go. Some of those things that you're saying are mental health issues. We got to really invest the money and put it into people. And when we see that, we see a greater Chicago, a greater community, and greater people.
I'm all for investment, but I want the bad guys to not be able to go into those centers as well when people are trying to get help. Councilman, Pastor, thanks so much for joining the program.
Yeah, so as you guys can see, you know, this is it's a horrible thing that happened. I really wish that things would take. I normally don't get involved or really have like feelings for too much, but things like that we just can't have as a society. Understand somebody who's done nothing to you. Understand this is a parent, pregnant, I believe. It's a pregnant mom. Or she was having, I think she had a child in her hand or whatever. This is hard. This is hard. See if we can get the full footage. Let's go. Let's go to KMPH Fox 26 News.
It's hard to watch.
Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's go to KMPH Fox 26 News.
Children circled a mother, then pinned her against a fence. Dragging the mother and her son to the ground, continuously beating them.
These children don't have to live with this for the rest of their lives. And the children are our future, so it's not fair.
Police say it started when the 33-year-old mother, her young son, and daughter were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering neighborhood. A group of kids then started chasing after them, calling them names and taunting them. Both the mother and son were beaten so badly they were taken to a hospital. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media, causing outrage among many parents. One day after the attack, demonstrators showed up at Orville T. Bright Elementary School after some posted on social media threatening to harm the children behind the attack. Several police officers showed up blocking the entrance of the school to protect kids inside. Shanice Davis lives in the neighborhood and says she recognizes the attackers.
This is not the first time the kids have done this. You know, just talk around the streets that these kids have pretty much been raising themselves, and they have vandalized cars, they have harassed adults and children.
To know and to find out even now that other families are affected by this. We're meeting families out here that their children been bullied and been beat on.
Chicago Police District Council member Joseph Williams was inside talking with the principal, the mother, and CPS administration.
Accountability is going to be key, because if this has been going on, we need to make sure that principal be held accountable for her actions as well. This should have been documented. Parents should have been called to the school, and we got to make sure all around there is some type of accountability that's happened here.
New at 5 o'clock, a 9-year-old boy is being recognized for his actions after an attack near his school on the far south side left him and his mother hospitalized.
He was honored today at a community meeting in Avalon Park. WGN's Courtney Spinelli has the story.
Members of the community had the chance to speak up with their concerns during a 4th Police District Council meeting held here today. But community leaders also took the chance to turn this into something positive for a family impacted by an attack that's caught the attention of people far beyond Chicago.
It's been a heavy week.
It's a viral video that's led to demands for accountability from people across the nation, including fellow parents at Orville T. Bright Elementary School. 33-year-old Corshonda Hatter attacked Monday while walking her 2 kids home from school. Hatter and her 9-year-old son left seriously injured.
The video is stuck in my head. I can't get it out.
The children's father, Devon Lee, was at work when everything happened. What started as students yelling and following the family quickly turned violent. As a video shows, punches were thrown. Both mom and son tossed to the ground as the attack continued.
I wish I was there to prevent everything.
Days later, the physical and traumatic repercussions, Lee says, are very real, even as he tries to assure his son everything will be okay.
Just stay strong, stay in school, be smart. That's all I want you to do.
Hatter's still recovering, but the community wanted to turn heartbreak into a moment of heroism, recognizing the 9-year-old for his actions.
He was brave. I appreciate that, and I want him to grow up to always be brave. Protect your sister and your mom at all times, even if I'm not around or not.
The Super Kid Hero Award, presented to the boys Saturday. Community members and local leaders, including 10th Ward Alderman Peter Chico, there to show the support isn't going anywhere.
Well, when I saw the video, I was just shocked and mortified what I saw. And had to learn. It was in my ward. It was definitely a difficult pill for me to swallow.
Community leaders say they're working to ensure restorative justice comes from this for all involved. Despite promises from the mayor's office to hold the students involved accountable, it's not clear what disciplinary or legal action the kids could face or are already facing. The family says they sounded the alarm on bullying at the school for about 2 years before it hit this point.
I think the parents should be held accountable for even trying to hit an adult. You know, you have no right to touch a grown woman that's old enough to be your mother, you know, and she's sick. So I don't know.
The Chicago Teachers Union also backing the family, saying it held a meeting earlier this week at the school. The union says members claimed this was not only preventable, it was predictable.
It's hard. I cried every night, every day. I woke up this morning crying. I just want justice. That's it. That's the main thing. Justice for all the other victims too, so nobody needs to be bullied.
Family says they are so thankful for the support they've received from all over as they work to navigate next steps. They say they are going to continue to raise their voice to advocate for change. In the Avalon Park neighborhood, I'm Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
Only on CBS.
As you guys can see, people are starting to rally up and fight back against bullying and things of that nature, which I doubt they will be able to completely eradicate. But hopefully they can get some type of justice through this. This is just a sad situation. Let's get some details from the mom. See if I can find some words from her. Let's see. Let's go to Chicago news. Mother describes brutal attack by a group of kids, Bright Elementary School. Subscribe CBS News.
Now to a CBS exclusive. The mother in this video, who was attacked while protecting her children, is speaking publicly. She and her son were brutally attacked by a group of kids on Monday, and this video has caught the attention of many across the country. Now, that community is stepping in to help move her out of the South Deering neighborhood. She only spoke to our Sharday Gray about this horrific attack, and Sharday is live in our newsroom with more from this exclusive story.
Well, Marie, Korshonda Hatter says she's still in physical pain after she and her son were brutally attacked with her young daughter just steps away. Her legs are bruised and it's hard for her to walk. But what hurts her the most is her children are still suffering.
My son is, he's very devastated. He'll wake up out of in the middle of his sleep, screaming. He'll scream, "Mommy, are you there?"
Hatter says her 9-year-old son and 6-year-old daughter are traumatized after watching their mom get attacked by a group of kids. In this video, we've blurred the faces of those involved because they're all minors. We've stopped it after she was dragged to the ground because of how brutal it is. Her son was beaten, and she says one of the kids pulled her daughter's hair. Her daughter stood off to the side crying, watching her brother and mother get attacked.
I felt helpless because I was down on the ground, and he was down on the ground, and he's looking at me screaming like, "Mommy, please help me, help me." I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't do nothing.
She's sick. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, kind of walking a little slow. And they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
That's her partner, Devon Lee, who was at work when the attack happened. Hatter went on to tell me that her son has been bullied for the past 2 years at Orville T. Bright Elementary School because of the way she walks and talks. All of the results of her sickle cell disease. Hatter tried to talk to the school about the bullying, but she says they didn't do anything about it. Yesterday, a large group of parents came to the school to show their support for the mother and to put an end to bullying. The community immediately stepped in and moved her out of South Deering and into an undisclosed location. Hatter says she's pressing charges against the parents of the kids who attacked her. As for her children, they'll be transferred to a different school, and she's looking to get therapy for them. Reporting in the newsroom, Sharday Gray, CBS News, Chicago. Marie.
Sharday, thank you for that exclusive story.
That's horrible. That is horrible. Let's go to Detroit, Channel 7.
We're going to go now to our other
daughter of victim in the McDonald fatal stabbing returns to courthouse with knife.
Top story today, chaos inside an East Point courtroom as the suspect in July's deadly McDonald's stabbing faced a judge. The victim's daughter tackled by police after leaving the courtroom and allegedly returning with a knife. But the hearing continued with prosecutors revealing how and why Afeni Muhammad allegedly stabbed her manager to death. 7 News Detroit reporter Ruta Alsonaida inside the courtroom. She's showing us what happened today and what comes next.
It was a dramatic day here at District Court in East Point as prosecutors played the surveillance video of what they say is Afeni Muhammad killing Jennifer Harris. It's that video that set off a chain reaction and left Jennifer Harris's 17-year-old daughter behind bars. This right here is video of the chaotic aftermath of the 17-year-old daughter of Jennifer Jama Harris, who was tackled and arrested by police in the lobby of 38th District Court. East Point police say she brought a knife into the courthouse after seeing the disturbing surveillance video of her mother's murder in court. Harris's family was then barred from returning to the courtroom for the rest of Friday's hearing. Prosecutors releasing new video on what they say is 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad, her face covered with some sort of mask, a large knife hidden under her arm, walking into the back of the East Point McDonald's on July 10th, where she and her manager, Jennifer Harris, worked. Prosecutors say Muhammad was sent home earlier that day by Harris for slacking off. She later returned, allegedly stabbing Harris at least 13 times.
Even though Jennifer Harris had collapsed on her back, bleeding, the defendant intended to finish the job on the ground.
You can see in this interrogation video where Muhammad shows investigators exactly how she stabbed the victim, saying she felt no remorse because Harris constantly, quote, bullied her at work.
I feel better.
Prosecutors say the only reason the attack stopped is because Good Samaritan Devontae Pace, who was in the drive-thru and saw everything, fired a warning shot towards the attacker.
I guess it would be a warning shot because she didn't get hit, but it definitely was towards her, and I didn't mind shooting her, so I was shooting at her.
Judge Kathleen Galen finding enough probable cause to order Muhammad to stand trial, so she will be back in court December 2nd. As for Harris's daughter, who is accused of bringing that knife to court, prosecutors are considering charges for her actions in court. In East Point, I'm Rudolph Sinaida, 7 News Detroit.
Okay, so
we're gonna go.
Let's shed some light on this story here. The lady was she said she was getting bullied at work by the McDonald's worker. On trial, the daughter of the lady that was killed came back to stab the person who killed her mother after witnessing the video. Which the lady claims that she was bullied. Let's see what we got. Let's go to public ban from hearing after altercation in McDonald's, stabbing trial.
Thank you for joining us at noon. I'm Priya Mann. Things got heated in court today. An altercation brings the hearing for Afani Muhammad to a standstill. She's the woman accused of stabbing her McDonald's manager to death. That courtroom is now closed off. Lauren Kostick is following today's proceedings. Lauren, what can you tell us?
Well, Priya, we knew this was going to be a contentious hearing. Before it even started, the judge said there was a fight between family of the victim, with some of them being escorted out. And then just a little bit ago, we watched as this video of the incident was being shown, a very graphic video. And we are told one of the family members, they went out and they retrieved 2 knives and then attempted to bring them back into the courtroom. And because of all this, like you said, the public is now banned from attending this hearing. Just the media is allowed inside. So let me catch you up. We know that 27-year-old Fini Badu Muhammad appeared for her preliminary examination to determine if there was enough evidence to send her to trial. And that fatal stabbing, it happened back in July at the East Point McDonald's on 9 Mile. Afeni is accused of returning to work and stabbing her manager after being sent home early. And so far during this hearing, we've heard from 4 witnesses. We've also seen body camera video of her arrest for the first time and surveillance video of her walking in the back door wearing a mask. Now, one of those witnesses who testified was the driver credited with stopping this attack and holding Alfini at gunpoint. Take a listen.
Seen a bunch of commotion, a bunch of people running around. At first I thought maybe they was getting robbed or something like that, because I was on the phone, and I seen maybe 2 people fighting. There was one person had a mask on, and it was an employee. And then I seen the knife being produced, and I seen her start stabbing her towards like the neck area.
And again, this hearing, it is still ongoing. We're expecting one more witness to testify. But again, the public is not allowed inside. The family of the victims not allowed inside because of everything that happened. We'll let you know what the judge decides on this. And also, if there's any more disturbances, over on clickondetroit.com. Reporting live, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
We know you'll stay on top of this story. Lauren, thank you.
All right. Let's go to let's see what the news is. Let's go to father of Jacksonville rapper Queso involved in 2020 murder addressed courtroom during sentencing. Subscribe News for Jacksonville, News 4 Jax, the local station.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, I would like to show my respect to the victim family. That's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
I don't know if they're here or not, but I sincerely apologize for my part in their grief. I understand what it is to lose a child because I lost one. And I know some days you're mad, some days you're angry. It'll never be the same, but I sincerely apologize for my part in whatever grief they have.
And this is he testified against his son, which is doing life in prison. He was granted time served. I believe he was in there for about 4.5 years or so, waiting on this trial. Salute to everybody that came through and stepped up tonight, man. Glad that y'all could make it top of the morning, man. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Happy holidays to all. We probably have another show later on today. Stay tuned. Sorry for the wait for my viewers, man. Everybody tuning in and it's been tuning in, missing me. Sorry for the wait, man. A lot been happening. We'll get back in rotation. Earlier we had a show, Caramel for the Win. I heard it was some responses back to that. You know, like I said, you know, I got the phone call. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't an issue, she wouldn't have me do the show. So for those, you know what I'm saying, you know, I ain't got a motherfucking thing to do with it. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, somebody need to hit me back and let me know what's happening. And, you know, we'll go from there with that. But other than that, man, subscribe to Rich Martinez, The Cave. You know what I'm saying? One of the best shows going down. Miss Ting, subscribe to Miss Ting, subscribe to me. You know, Kitty Frappuccino, subscribe to the Run Television, man. Son Tyree, subscribe to everybody that came through. You know what I'm saying? For this live. Frank White, salute. You did. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that stepped up, man. Y'all have a great